haunted real estate at a killer price, ghosts following you at the grocery store, tiny little skeletons, they're fun and were just unearthed, and poison in your Halloween candy.
Get comfortable. Turn off the lights. It's Monthly Spooky.
Well, hello, my spookies. It's, of course, October, the spooky season. And if you're listening to this, you are somehow not tired of my voice yet. And it is indeed that time of the month. It's Monthly Spooky. I'm, of course, your host, Henrique Couto, here with my good buddy and co-host, Michelle. Michelle, how are you?
I don't know.
I didn't mean to start with the hard questions. I just thought it would be good to pull you in, you know?
No.
But, Michelle, how's your spooky season been so far?
I don't know. Not good.
Not good in what way?
Not happy, so I don't want to do it.
So you don't want to do spooky season?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So have you been like purposely avoiding anything spooky or creepy or?
No, not purposefully. I just haven't been seeking it out.
Looks like somebody needs me to send them a giant bag of candy corn.
No.
I forget. Are you pro candy corn?
I am, but I don't want it.
Why wouldn't you want candy corn?
I don't know if it would make me feel good, so I'm not going to.
Oh, yeah. Shouldn't go with stomach stuff.
Yeah.
Like eating stuff is the phrase I was trying to go with. For those who I don't know how you wouldn't be aware, but might not be aware, I have been releasing a show every day in October, and it has been interesting to say the least. It's gone really well. This is the third year that I've done a new show every single day in October. And of the three, this is the least chaotic one. And it's also the biggest one.
Good.
The sheer amount of shows, the sheer length of episodes. We've had a lot of longer episodes, shows that are an hour and a half. We're releasing next Wednesday. And this is an exclusive if you're listening right now. Next Wednesday, we release a sequel to last year's novella, Dirt Babies by Bruce Haney. We're releasing Asylum of the Dirt Babies.
Whoa.
It's a sequel, and it's really good, and it's the longest standard episode of Weekly Spooky ever. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Wow.
It's really, really good. Sorry?
It's like a movie, but longer.
It's almost it's a short novel.
Yeah.
Is what it is. So, and of course, on Thursday, we also have another novella, courtesy of our very own Rob Fields. We've been featuring a bunch of his novellas this October. It's been really fun, but it's definitely been a bigger challenge. Last year, I managed to keep it all together, but it was really chaotic, and I was struggling with like my voice getting knocked out and all that stuff. But this year, the stories on average are 3 times as long as they were last year. That's on average. There are a few that aren't that long, but yeah. So it's been an interesting experience, and the audience doesn't really get an insight into that kind of chaos and stuff unless they listen to this show, or maybe Cutting Deep into Horror, which is the other show I do that's conversational. Because otherwise, you know, what am I going to do? Mention it in the 2-minute intro?
Yeah.
To a story?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, I'm really tired. So a woman disappears. But we've also done some stuff I'm really proud of on Weekly Spooky that's kind of newer, which is we did 3 very special episodes of Terrifying and True that were a bit more expansive. We've been experimenting with bigger episodes of Terrifying and True where we're able to dive deeper into not just the stories or the concepts, but we're able to dive into like broader concepts, which I love. Mm-hmm. I love the idea of not just doing a story about like a true crime story, but doing a giant piece about vanishing hitchhiker legends. Or I really loved last month's Spook Hollow episode and the Resurrection Mary episode. Those were really fun. And this month we did an episode about Elmer Curdy, the corpse that toured America and ended up a decoration in a spook show ride in California.
Oh, I do know about that. Yeah.
You should listen to that episode. It's really interesting. It was discovered by a crew member on the set of The $6 Million Man because they were filming in the ride.
Wow.
And somebody was like, move that dummy out of the way. And the arm fell off and the guy picked it up and was like, that's a bone. That's a human arm. It was mummified at that point, of course. But it also leads into a somewhat broader topic about the fact that corpses were toured, and like if you were an outlaw, for instance, sometimes people would like buy your corpse or just happen to obtain your corpse, and they would charge people admission to see it. Stuff like that was very common in the 1800s. And that's how he ended up in some spook show is he had been sold from one carnival to another carnival to another carnival. And each time less information was exchanged to the point where somebody just saw what looked like a body and went, oh, it must be a dummy because there was no manifest saying real human corpse.
Can you imagine though, having a real human corpse and not realizing it though? Cause I can't.
I can, to be honest.
No.
Not now. I won't say I can empathize, not like directly, but I've had friends who own warehouses and they really don't know what's in there.
Okay. But if I'm saying, yeah. So if you have a warehouse and there's a human corpse in there that you don't know about. Okay. But if you buy something that is literally a human corpse, I think I would know it was a human corpse.
I get that. My point is that, like, if you own a spook show or a carnival and another carnival goes out of business and they're like, hey, give me, $14,000 and you can just have this stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
You just kind of go, okay, because it's a fire sale. So you're just taking what they've got. You don't really even, enough about their carnival to know that they have like rides and decorations. And you're like, well, that's worth it. I'll just take it.
Yeah, I'll just take this corpse. It's fine.
I'll just take this human corpse.
I'm just going to grab it right now and we're going with it.
A buddy of mine who owns a lot of oddities, he actually has to have his attorney keep him up to date on if the things he has are legal in certain states. Because,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, it turns out sometimes they're not anymore. And then he has to make the concerted decision to like, when am I going to put that in a van and take it to a warehouse I have in another state? Because, I'm not supposed to have it anymore.
Yeah.
I'll stick to collecting like Terminator 2 memorabilia, I guess. But the other two we did that I thought were really fun and fascinating were The Vampire of Sacramento, which is a terrifying true crime story about a guy who was mentally disturbed and would go around checking doors. And if the doorknob was unlocked in the middle of the day, he'd go in and murder the people inside and drink their blood.
Yeah, that's why you should lock your door.
You always lock your doors.
Yeah.
And then the biggest episode of Terrifying and True ever, over 2 hours and 10 minutes, I did a deep dive into the Warrens, the first famous paranormal investigation couple. And it's really fun. The first half of the show is presenting all the legend in a fun and spooky way. And then the second half is pointing out how there's lots of lies and misdirection and just what kind of people the Warrens might have been.
Yay.
So it's been a really cool, and I will give one quick tease before we take this break and jump into the spooky news. Next month, we are doing 3 Terrifying and True stories somewhat related to Thanksgiving, with the first one being the actual history of the Donner Party.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. A little cannibalism humor. But then we're doing 2 different episodes about the like cruel, terrifying reality of hardship during the time of the Pilgrims. So one of them is like how much starvation there was, and it leans into the Native Americans that they were doing business with as well. Because one thing people often ignore about that time period is the Native American tribe. The reason they were extra ready to be friends with the Pilgrims is they had just went through an epidemic and lost a ton of their population.
Wow.
Like about 10 years before they arrived. So they were like so happy to make friends, and they desperately needed peace. They were not in the shape to fight a war at all. Like they were just completely not ready. So we have one that's about the real harsh realities, but then for fun, we're going to do one about the folkloric and supernatural fears of those native tribes and those Puritans from the Pilgrims in that time period in history.
Cool.
So we get to lean into like things they may have worried about because of their traditions and legends and stuff like that. So I'm really amped about it.
Good. I'm glad.
So before we get ready for the spooky news, Chell, do you want to know the topic for tonight?
Oh, I guess.
We're going to do a little bit of a exploration of the whole concept of poison Halloween candy.
Oh.
Did your parents check your candy?
No.
Wow. Well,
No.
It's like we have 3 kids. Like if we can lose one, it's fine.
No, No, they didn't. I don't think they believed that the candy was going to be poisoned.
Did they tell you to at least like throw anything away that's not sealed or to check if your candy had been tampered with?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so they didn't totally not care if you live or die.
They were just like, if it's been tampered with, that's the ones you eat first.
Yes, they don't go bad.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good. That's good education. I love that. Okay. Well, we're going to do a little dive into an article all about it. We did a Terrifying and True years ago about poison Halloween candy. It's always an interesting topic and solid as we head into the last week of October. Halloween is this Friday, and having Halloween and the 31st on a Friday makes this month feel really weird. Like you and I are used to the show being much closer to the end of the month than it is. So with that all being said, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with a whole bunch of spooky news because this October got the memo and came up with some spooky stuff right after this. All right, now we're back. And Chell, you mentioned during that break, you're not feeling super good in your brain space. Well, that sounds like you're upset. I mean, you have a headache. Jeez.
Yeah.
You know what? I try. Okay. I try.
I mean, I'm sad anyway, so.
Okay. Thank you for that. That was for me. You were trying to make me feel better, and I appreciate that. So I thought to make you raise your spirits a little bit, maybe you could cue the thing.
What?
For the news.
So we're gonna do the spooky news. Is that what we do?
The spooky news.
Hey, that worked. Okay, cool.
Yay.
I knew you had it in you. So this first story from the spooky news, and I want to mention also, I forgot to mention this at the top of the show. This is our 40th episode of Monthly Spooky.
Wow.
We have done 40 months. Oh my God. Say it like that. It feels like a lot. We've done 40 months of Monthly Spooky.
Wow. That's a lot because there's not that many months in a year.
No, there's less than 40 months in a year.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. Nailed it. No, but and I just want to take one quick second to say just thank you so much, Michelle, for being my co-host on this and for being game for it, because when I came up with the idea, it was during a really weird time in the show because we had just started to grow a lot. And I really wanted to create some new value for the listeners that was fun for me. And I really honestly wanted people to get to know you, if I'm honest.
They don't know me. They
wow,
think
that's a hateful
now.
thing. You don't know me. No, they love Spicy Chell. They love Spicy Chell, though.
Oh.
They love when you're pissed off. It makes them happy.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, at the end, all I'm trying to say is thank you, Chell.
Oh, sorry.
But I also want to mention that several of the spooky news stories we have today are somewhat updates. Like we've covered portions of these before. And what better way to celebrate 40 months, 40 episodes of Monthly Spooky? I know what you're thinking. 40, that's an odd number to choose.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's also October. If the 40 didn't land on October, I would have just waited till 50 or something. But we're at prime time. But I thought what better way to kind of bring it full circle than to talk about some stuff that we have talked about before.
Yeah.
So with that all being said, this article talks a little bit about the Warrens, which we were just talking about, Ed and Lorraine Warren, which we did a Terrifying and True episode about a week or so ago. You can check that out if you haven't had a chance to listen to it. It's a really interesting thing. But the headline is Owners of Connecticut's Warrens Occult Museum house invite to public to send in their haunted items.
Oh, I could send in my stuff.
Just all of it?
Yeah. I think it's haunted.
What makes you think that's haunted?
I don't know. It was here and I just looked at it and I was like, hey, it's probably haunted. So now you have it. Yay.
Enjoy. It's mostly old rags.
Yeah. I just didn't know how I was supposed to throw them out because they have like turpentine on them. So it was just like, you can have them.
It's old rags and dead batteries. You're not supposed to just throw them away. So
Yeah.
here you go. They're haunted.
They're totally haunted. This one used to make a clock move.
That got me. Good job, Chell. Look
Thanks.
at you. The new owners of Ed and Lorraine Warren's house and occult museum are looking for individuals to mail in their allegedly haunted items. Now, I don't know if have you been following or heard anything about the new owners of Ed and Lorraine's occult museum?
No, I haven't.
So their museum is supposedly full of items from all of the exorcisms and stuff they've been involved with.
Yeah, they just like keeping things.
Yeah. And we talked a little bit about how they had taken the real Annabelle doll on tour, and one of the people taking care of it suddenly died. And it was very sad, honestly, because he was like a very young person. Comedian Matt Rife and YouTuber Elton Casti are the new owners of the house and museum after purchasing the property in August for $1 million. I want to say, if I were a very successful comedian or YouTuber or influencer, this is the kind of crap I would start buying if I made more than like $10 million. I'd be like, so there's a famous occult museum. Can I afford it? Because then I'll just buy it to say I bought it. Like, even if I sell it in a year, at least I owned it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
You're like, I don't know. It depends on how the walls and the floor look and stuff. That would be your response.
Exactly. I'm not just buying some occult museum that's like falling down and has an unstable foundation.
But it is in Connecticut, which is nice.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the house is nice.
No, I'm just saying, like, it probably has some curb appeal and stuff because Connecticut, those people have nice things.
What about property taxes?
Those are goddamn high, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't do this. This sounds bad.
I mean, you say that, but then you won't live next door to me, even though the property taxes are super low here.
It's haunted.
All the houses around me are?
No, just the ones directly next to you are haunted.
Well, I didn't mean literally next to me. I meant like on the same block, because the houses directly next to me aren't for sale.
That's because everyone's dead and they haven't figured out the chain of like ownership yet.
That would be really funny if I was like, no, all the houses around me are empty, but none of them are for sale. Just all of them, every single one. The occult museum houses items that were investigated by the Warrens during their paranormal investigations. Items in the museum include a shadow doll, a toy dinosaur from the Devil Made Me Do It case, and, of course, the famous Annabelle doll.
Yeah.
I could get a toy dinosaur way cheaper, just saying.
Yeah.
After purchasing the house, the new owners have opened it up for private overnight stays, which include access to the museum. One of the reasons they're doing that, I'd almost guarantee it, is the museum got shut down for zoning violations a while back.
Oh.
Because, people are parking all over the street. I don't like zoning at all, but I will say I understand some of the argument like my township has. Because their attitude is like, you can have a small business in your house, but not if it's client driven. Like, you can't run a hair salon out of your house. And their idea, I guess, is that cars will take up all the spots on the side of the road and make it unpleasant. Yeah. So, I mean, of course, my next response is like, well, not if we hide, but I don't have a business that has a lot of clientele. So
that you can hide.
All my clients are the ghosts around me.
Yeah.
That haunt the houses.
Yeah, so you don't even have to try to hide them?
No.
Yeah.
I have a licensed ghost to talk to. Overnight stays at the property are currently sold out through May 10th.
Oh.
Wow, there goes my plan for us for Christmas.
But we could do it for,
museum.
I don't know.
The 4th of July?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. But those interested in staying overnight may sign up on the house's website to be notified of cancellations or more available dates. In addition to offering overnight stays, Casti and Rife are inviting people to send in items they may believe are haunted. Quote, whether you want to give your item a new home or need to get rid of it, we will accept it, reads a note on the website. Those who submit an item are asked to include a handwritten or printed note. What other kind is there? Detailing the story of the item. The website further notes that all items, quote, will be opened and investigated on camera for a new series from Casti's Overnight YouTube channel, which currently boasts more than 1.9 million subscribers.
Wow.
We should send in an episode of the podcast and be like, this is definitely haunted.
It's haunted. Yeah.
Listen to the whole thing out loud on your show.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Fabulously wealthy. We're going to take a quick break and we'll find out a little bit more about this scheme right after this. I say that with love. And we're back talking about the new owners of Ed and Lorraine Warren's home and museum. The website did not note who would be determining if the items are haunted or where the items would be stored. Ownership did not respond to requests for comment, and this is from ConnecticutInsider.com. So if you don't respond to ConnecticutInsider.com, who do you respond to?
Really?
Hateful. Quote, whether you want to give your new item... Oh, wait, I already read that part. Sorry. The items in the museum still belong to Tony and Judy Spera, who are the Warrens' son-in-law and daughter, respectively. The Speras are the co-directors of the New England Society for Psychic Research, or NESPR, a paranormal investigative organization founded by the Warrens in 1952.
Wow.
That's how early they were in this whole paranormal thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you think of the Warrens, and I definitely have mixed to negative opinions about them personally, they laid the groundwork for an immense amount of like what the modern paranormal movements are.
Yeah.
They came about like right when spiritualism ended in America. Are you familiar with the spiritualist movement?
I don't know.
It was just the time of seances and aura readings being mainstreamed. Like, you know, rich people would go to seances and stuff.
Yeah.
The spiritualism, it started, I think, in the late 1800s. And it went into the early 1900s. And it was very popular for a while there. But obviously it also got a lot of backlash from religious people because it was literally occultism. And stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was mostly run by shysters.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why a lot of the old Halloween traditions we've looked at in America, they're very like occulty.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of on the tail end of the spiritualist movement. But anyway, so the Warrens came about like right when the spiritualist movement ended. And not only did they start doing all this paranormal stuff, but it was all with a Catholic bent, which is very interesting. Even though like Ed was not a priest, Lorraine was a claimed clairvoyant.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, the idea was they would hear about a ghost and they would go there and she would, you know, listen for the ghost's voice or whatever. And Ed would read Bible verses, stuff like that. And they claimed that whenever they went to a haunting to check it out, the main thing they were trying to denote was whether this was a haunting or a demonic possession. Right. That was like what they were always saying, was that like, is this the ghost of somebody who died hanging around? Or is this like an evil entity that's really here to hurt people? That was like kind of their gig.
Yeah.
And of course, if you watch the Conjuring movies, you've seen a much more attractive and exciting version of them, because that is most certainly true. And I'll be speaking about that later, because I did see the last Conjuring movie came out. The final Conjuring movie came out this month, and I watched it in the theater.
Yay.
But we'll be talking about that at the end of the show. Yeah. In a statement to Today, Spera said that they, quote, have no plans to ever sell the artifacts and are leasing the items to Rife and Casti in a 5-year agreement.
Okay.
So they bought the house and the space and then the goods in it. It's like, it's like buying a house with the furniture already in it. We're leasing the furniture.
It's weird to lease it though, because like it wouldn't be like, hey, I'm moving. You can have my furniture, but you gotta pay me for it every month. Like that'd be weird.
It's smart.
Mm-hmm. It is smart.
Well, it's extra smart because if they end up having a boatload of success with the YouTube channel, with the people coming to stay there, then after 5 years, they'll get so much more if they offer to either lease it again or sell it outright. Finally, they could easily triple or quadruple the valuation of what they might have been willing to pay if the proof of concept comes through.
Yeah, that's true.
That's smart business.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's unspeakable evil that unleashed upon man would end all life as we know it. So, in a since expired Instagram, oh my God, this is the news now. In a since expired Instagram story posted last week, Casti said that he was planning on announcing that he, Rife, and YouTuber Exploring with Josh, odd name, must be Polish, would be partners in a bid for the Conjuring House in Rhode Island. A Halloween auction for the house was canceled last week before Casti could make that announcement after the underlying mortgage loan for the house had been sold. Oh. The identity of the purchaser of the loan has not been revealed. Oh, I hope it's not a spooky bank. America's most haunted bank purchased that mortgage.
Wow.
So yeah, that's really, it's fascinating to me that Ed and Lorraine Warren's, their memory really is still rocking and rolling. And it is also funny because like if you look at some of the items, they really are like worthless things. Like it's like there's a Care Bear, just old doll, old stuffed animals.
Yeah.
None of it looks particularly shocking.
Well, they look old, and old is scary.
Hey, is that why people are scared of me?
No, because you're not that old.
Oh, you're so nice. People don't like nice Michelle. They want angry Michelle. We've gotten people writing in about how much they like spicy Michelle. So
I'm not. I'm just trying to talk, and that's what it sounds like. I don't know.
I'm just trying to talk, and it comes off angry. It's the Bronx in me.
Yeah, actually, it is.
No, it definitely is.
Because I've had people in the past be like, "Wow, you're really angry," and I'm like, "No, I'm just talking. Like, I'm not angry at all."
Oh, really? That might be because of your scowl.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
You know what's
no,
funny
but
is,
I have.
Oh,
yeah,
please,
sorry.
please. No, go ahead. Oh, I was just going to say. Oh. Go on, please.
No, but I have in the past. That's it.
I was going to say, back when I lived in Jersey, there were multiple times when I'd be traveling or whatever, and people, and they'd be like, "Where do you live?" And I'd say New Jersey. And I'd be like, "Yeah, you've got like that kind of that East Coast aggression." And I was like, "I'm from Ohio." Like, I'm not from Jersey. And at that point, I lived in Jersey for like 8 months. I wasn't even like formatively there yet,
No, it changed you.
Honestly, Jersey does change you, though.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a quick break so that I can bathe off the New Jersey. And also, we can take a look at a story we talked about earlier this year or last year involving a strange hole in Chicago. Right after this. All right, my spookies. We're back. We're back, baby. I don't know. Sorry. I've been working. I am an oddball, when it comes to schedule and work. I made it not even 10 days into October before I started just getting up every day at 8 a.m. and going to bed kind of normal and getting up every day at 8 a.m. because the workload was just so intense. I was like, I can't get away with going to bed at 2 and waking up at 10.
Yeah.
Or 11. I can't get away with it anymore.
Yeah.
There's just too much to do. And I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie, but it is weird.
Yeah. It's a little weird that you get up so late at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Well, That's because I can't go to bed earlier and have like a successful sleep.
Okay.
If I don't see midnight, it's weird to me. It feels weird. I always see midnight. So if I go to bed between 12 and 1, generally getting up at 8, I feel great. So,
sure.
But that was extra hard because I was sick at the beginning of September, and that threw me off because, most of the time I was trying to sleep in more, to catch up on to rest up and heal up. So now I'm kind of back in my groove of like, if I sleep for 6 hours, I feel pretty solid.
Good.
So that's just always been me. I don't know what's your sleep number?
Like 8. 8 is
You're an 8 person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people are 8 persons. That's why it's generally it's considered the rule. But then when you talk to a sleep expert, they say 6 to 9 hours is the average amount of sleep people need.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I've always been over on the side of like the 6. I just always have been for as long as I can remember. But every now and then you do need to just, get more. So
because you're not getting enough.
Well, or you overexert yourself, or you stay up really late one night and you get even less sleep. Which does happen, but it's a balancing act. Anyway, how rude. Okay, so I teased before the break that this story references a story we covered a while back. Because in Chicago, there was a strange hole people were talking about. This is an update from HuffingtonPost.com. The headline is Researchers Discover Shocking Truth About Chicago's Rat Hole.
Yeah, I knew.
Do you remember the rat hole?
Of course I remember the rat hole. Jeez.
It's a hole that really looks like a rat.
Because a rat probably died in it, and then it went away, and then there was just a hole.
I guess we're going to find out.
Really?
Well, it says that they discover shocking truth, and headlines never lie in media. So, the article starts with, rats.
Oh.
Good job, guys. Good job. Researchers think they have debunked the origin of Chicago's so-called rat hole, one of the Windy City's weirdest local landmarks.
Fine.
Hold on. The rat hole wasn't what you think. It wasn't some back alley bar that served as a speakeasy for the city's notorious gangster clientele or a tenement stuffed to the brim with junk. It was actually a full-body impression of an unlucky critter that got wrapped in wet sidewalk cement in the city's Roscoe Village neighborhood about 20 or 30 years ago. The imprint closely resembles that of a spread eagle rat, complete with the outlines of what appear to be tiny claws, arms, and legs, as well as a tail.
I'm wondering if they're going to say that it's not a rat, it's a squirrel, because I'd buy that.
I don't know, though, because the tail is really skinny.
Yeah, but maybe the tail was just really skinny, or the impression, because the tail of a squirrel is a lot of fluff, so it didn't.
That's true.
Yeah, let's find out.
The rat hole went viral early last year after comedian Winslow Dumaine posted a photo of it on X. The post drew curious tourists to the site at all hours, with some leaving coins and other odd objects around the impression as tribute. It's funny they say that because that's what you would do when you visit corpses.
Good.
Like I was talking about in the 1800s. You would like put coins on them or in their mouths. That was a big one. You put things in their mouths.
Ew.
It's really gross. Yes. The constant traffic drew complaints from neighbors, though, and in April of 2024, someone filled the impression with a substance resembling plaster. City workers eventually removed that slab of sidewalk and took it to the City Hall County building. A plaque honoring the rat hole remains at the actual site. Researchers hailing from the University of Tennessee, New York Institute of Technology, College of Osteopathic Medicine, and the University of Calgary published a paper Wednesday in the journal Biology Letters that concludes the rat hole was most likely not created not by the titular rodent, but a squirrel or muskrat.
Yay! Sorry, Kiggs.
Did you already hear about this?
No, I didn't. I just figured.
Yeah, because there's a lot more squirrels.
Yeah, and I think that rats are gonna be less likely to just be out when all that stuff's happening than a squirrel
in Chicago.
In the middle of the day when they're paving things?
That's a fair point. Plus, we already heard about how dangerous squirrels can be out in San Francisco area biting people.
Yeah. Yeah.
The researchers studied online photos of the rat hole. They didn't even go to it. Really? This is science now? The researchers studied online photos of the rat hole and compared measurements of the imprint to the museum specimens of animals commonly found in the Chicago area. The presence of arms, legs, and a tail excluded birds, snakes, frogs, and turtles. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
They are scientists.
Yeah.
Shrinking the possibilities to a mammal. The claw outlines further reduced the field to rats, mice, squirrels, chipmunks, and muskrats, the study said. Have you ever seen a muskrat in person?
I don't know.
Oh my God, they're so cute. My brain was like, what do they look like?
Yeah.
They're very cute. Can you mentally recall what a muskrat looks like or not?
No.
Do you want to see a muskrat?
Sure.
You want me to show you a muskrat? This is the kind of hard-hitting radio journalism you get here. Look how cute.
Yeah.
They're so chunky.
I don't think that a muskrat is just walking around on the streets of Chicago.
I don't know. I don't know how common muskrats are, but if you look at the picture of the rat hole, which of course they don't include a good one in rat hole Chicago. I'm so good at Googling.
Yeah.
There he is. You see, is it cut off?
No.
Huh.
Yes.
Here we go. So that's the rat hole.
I don't think it looks like a muskrat.
It looks more like a squirrel. The tail is the only thing, though, that makes me think it could be. But you could be right about it being the squirrel's tail,
Yeah.
with the fur off of it or something.
Yeah.
But I also just don't know like how common muskrats are in Chicago. Like, I don't know. For all I know, they're like, oh man, we're maggoty with them. Muskrats are common in the Chicago area, particularly in the Chicago River system. That makes sense. The Chicago River would house something like a muskrat, although they are rarely seen in the downtown area.
See?
But the river is near downtown.
But that doesn't mean they're wandering the streets.
Like some kind of vagrant.
Yeah.
Well, we'll look into their research a little bit more right after this. All right, let's get to the core of this, Chell.
Okay.
Inquiring minds want to know. It's too important.
Yeah.
Chell.
Yeah.
The creature's long forelimbs, third digits, and hind paws were too large for a rat, but fell into the measurement ranges for eastern gray squirrels, fox squirrels, and muskrats. The most probable suspect is the eastern gray squirrel, given how abundant that creature is in the Chicago area, the study concluded.
Yeah, I doubt they would see like a fox squirrel.
I don't even know what that is.
I thought I did, but I'm not sure. Now I think I'm thinking of a red squirrel.
Oh, they are red.
Oh.
They have like their underside is like rust colored, and the underside of their tail is as well.
Okay.
Here, I'll show you. Yeah.
They're really cute.
Squirrels are fine.
They're really cute.
They're not nice. Squirrels are not nice.
But they're cute, though.
And they're not your friend.
They could be your friend if you feed them.
I don't think that's how it works. I think it gets worse from there. Other researchers have theorized that a squirrel created the imprint, and the study acknowledged that. Cement is typically wet during the day, and rats are nocturnal, and the creature didn't leave any tracks, suggesting a squirrel misjudged a leap or slipped from a branch and landed in the wet cement.
And then got up probably and was fine.
Yeah, they do like fall and dart like right away. So I could see that. Right now, the squirrels aren't fucking with my jack-o'-lanterns, so we're cool.
Good.
But I haven't checked today. Maybe I should go out there right now.
Yeah.
It's cold out here today. I don't know what it's over there. It was
like 60.
Are you serious? Mm-hmm. It was 34 degrees this morning.
Oh, it was like 41 here. So yeah, it's a bit warmer.
34.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, it's actually okay. I never leave the house. Like It's actually 57 degrees here now.
Okay, so it's
But
comparable.
it was 35 degrees at 8 a.m.
Wow.
That's very chilly.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't mow the lawn, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Nobody can come at me on that.
Yeah, I believe you. Oh, it's 57 here too.
Oh, high five. Like you won't even try. The imprint didn't show any sign of a bushy tail, but hair often lacks the rigidity to create deep, well-defined impressions.
Yeah.
And it would have been surprising to find such an imprint, the study said.
Yeah.
Must be nice to be vindicated, huh?
Sometimes.
Quote, we therefore propose that the specimen be rechristened the Windy City Sidewalk Squirrel. See, this is why no one respects science.
Yeah.
Because rat hole sounds awesome.
Yeah. Also,
Sidewalk squirrel, nah.
Also now, like we probably know, I would assume the squirrel didn't die in the hole.
Yeah.
So, because it just fell. So, like, it's not even that cool. It's like if I put my footprint on wet cement. It's pretty cool, but it's not that cool, you know?
I agree. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just not that cool.
Yeah, exactly.
A name more fitting of its likely origins and more aligned with the evidence at hand, they wrote. Again, this is why no one trusts scientists anymore. It's because they make suggestions like that. Gosh. Next, they'll tell you why high-speed rail is what you should want. Bastards. We have another story that I'm sure you'll remember us talking about this person before.
Yeah.
And it's from our OG source.
Yay.
Mirror.co.uk, baby.
Yeah.
The headline is, I talk to ghosts and one haunts me at the supermarket. Fruits and veg flies everywhere.
Wow.
Now, the reason you're going to remember this is because we talked about this woman before. An Oxfordshire singer who once claimed to be married to a ghost has now... Yeah. Remember her?
Jeez. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Has now turned into a paranormal investigator, communicating with spirits in the most unexpected places, including supermarkets. Brocardi, known for her romantic entanglement with Eduardo, the apparition of a Victorian soldier who appeared in her home, ended their spectral marriage through an exorcism last year. I remember so vividly when we talked about this.
Yeah. No, it's not acceptable. No.
To exorcise somebody?
Yeah. No, what? You want to be married to them so you exorcise them? You could just tell them that we're getting a divorce. It's not like you're really married anyway.
But there is the questionable element of like he was living in her home even before she knew him. Well, not living, existing, occupying.
Sometimes you just have roommates
that you don't know about or choose.
Well, I mean, there are plenty of places where you don't choose your roommates. So I think it's just the same situation.
Okay.
We don't exorcise people just because we're not in love with them anymore. It's not okay.
I like that this is a real like stance you have.
It is.
I respect that. I respect that you have like a very strong moral opinion about exorcising ghosts that you're married to.
Or really any ghosts. I'm not into that. No.
What if they're evil?
I don't think ghosts are evil.
So you don't think evil people can become ghosts?
No, I just don't think that people are evil. I think people are just kind of bad. So I think there are probably some really annoying, pissed off, angry ghosts that I wouldn't want to be around, but I don't think they're evil.
But is there a line? Like, would there be a line a ghost could cross where you'd be like, this needs an exorcism?
I guess if it started murdering people.
What if it just started threatening, like really, really threatening people?
How do we know, like, where does speech end? And
well, the argument you're making that I appreciate very much about free speech is in free speech, you're able to get away from the speech you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a ghost that just can manifest into your home, that is tricky. Okay, here's no. You know what? Okay, fine. Let's go this direction. Property rights. How can we enforce property rights? That's the problem here.
Well, instead of exercising him, can we just say can we just do eviction? Just say you can't live here anymore?
But what if they don't respect the eviction? They just keep coming back. Then is it exorcism time?
I guess then you call the cops and have them forcibly removed.
I don't think they can do that because it's a ghost.
I don't think they try. Do they? Do you know if cops come and try? Because I think that's the next step.
Well, we're going to take a break, and I'll ask Jeeves if that's ever happened, and we'll talk a little bit more about this singer-songwriter from the UK and her relationship with ghosts right after this. Okay, so Chell and I'll have to agree to disagree on the never an exorcism mentality.
Yeah.
But I will say, I mean, if there's a way to get a ghost to comply with property rights and such without an exorcism, I support that.
Good, because I just don't think people really try that hard. Usually.
No, I agree. I think this woman went to exorcism immediately.
Because she just, yeah, exactly. Because she's like that. So.
And for the clout.
Yeah.
Although she's not a clout chaser at all. No. Here we go. Despite their split, her and Eduardo, the ghost, the 42-year-old singer-songwriter who boasts 193,000 followers on Instagram continues to encounter the spirit world. She's now a paranormal investigator. Shocking, right?
Yeah.
And claims to have communicated with over 100 spirits, some of whom are as, quote, annoying as they probably were when alive. She sounds like a delightful person.
Yeah. I totally want to talk to her if I was a spirit.
Or even just a human. If I was just alive, I'd want to talk. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she seems like she'd be fun at parties.
Yeah.
Her spectral encounters include a drunk miner who met his end on duty and, quote, idiot ghosts attempting to intimidate the living.
Oh, fuck her. I hate her.
She has a real, a real superiority complex thing going.
Yeah.
What is this? She looks like you would expect. She's just all gothed out.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I'm glad she has no friends.
No, she has friends.
No, not when you talk to ghosts like that.
Oh, well, she doesn't have ghost friends anymore.
Quote, I try to keep my communications with ghosts a little relaxed. Sometimes a spirit is wrapped up in their own pain and thoughts and just wants to voice their sorrow or be noticed. She shared with What's the Jam. Yeah, and then you hear their sorrow and go, wow, you're an idiot.
Exactly. You tell other people about it. Fuck
She's like the worst therapist ever. Like, these are my problems. Wow, they're dumb. You're not very smart. It's like, thanks, therapist. Not very helpful.
No.
She explained that modern buildings often stand on ancient burial sites or houses where someone has passed away.
That's usually true.
I suppose. When these structures are demolished and new ones erected, the spirits don't forget. What if they're idiots, though?
I don't know. Maybe then they do forget, so we don't have to worry about those.
Oh, thank goodness. She even had a ghostly follower in a supermarket once, causing fruits and vegetables to roll off the shelves, leaving shoppers baffled.
No, they were annoyed with her, and that's a really convenient way to get around being like, I'm really sorry I dropped all those grapes.
Excuse me, miss, is this your idiot ghost? Knocking things around. It's their, quote, it's their emotion that I pick up on first. I've heard spirits crying out in pain for loved ones, she said. Mm-hmm. Is she going to call him an idiot, though?
I don't know.
But I've also encountered ghosts who are completely devoid of emotion, like a miner who had nothing to say apart from asking me for a drink. His voice was slurred, and he was swaying while sitting at a bar in his dusty boots and soiled clothes. how are his clothes soiled if he's not even real? Like he's
How's
not
he
even actually there.
drunk?
Yeah, that's a fair point too.
Also, like, him being drunk and asking for a drink does not mean he doesn't have any emotions. I don't think people drink a lot because they're like, I have no emotions, right?
I mean, I've never drank. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
Ah!
Write in and tell us.
Yes. WeeklySpooky@gmail.com. Tell us why you drink. 800 word limit. She added, quote, the miner informed me that he died on the job and didn't spend enough time drinking and enjoying life.
Oh, so he regrets things. That's something.
Yeah. Quote, he grunted every time the doors swung open. It felt like he resented the living. He probably just didn't like you. You're not a very good example.
Yeah. Or maybe he didn't like the sound the door made. Who knows?
Yeah, some doors make weird sounds.
Yeah.
Little oil on that thing.
Exactly. Maybe it was really squeaky and he was like, oh, somebody fucking do something about that already.
Come on, put a little of that not Rust-Oleum, that stuff on it.
WD-40, you shouldn't put that on door hinges.
That's why I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Because I use what's it called? Like the silicone spray.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff's good. And it stays for a really long time. There was that day I got crazy and I bought a can of it and I just oiled every hinge in the house.
I remember.
Everything sounds so much better.
Yeah.
My front door, like you don't even hear it open anymore. Like it makes no sound. It just glides.
Wow.
It's beautiful. Brocardi said that in a certain way, ghosts are, quote, exactly like living humans. Why'd you need to preface living? Okay. She added, each one has a different story and personality and a unique way of communicating. Some ghosts are idiots and want to cause trouble, just like some living people do.
Jeez, just fucking jerk.
Oh, it gets better. If someone is brash and annoying in life, they are often brash and annoying in death. Well, I know whose ghost I'm going to avoid when she dies.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm mean. Brocardi also once had a powerful yet fleeting encounter with a young girl at an old saloon, as well as a monk from the 1200s. But were they idiots? The singer said, quote, she must have been about 7 and was wearing a dirty white dress. Why is everybody dirty?
Because that's how they were when they died.
Okay. The child led me to a doll that was sitting in a rocking chair. I tried to connect with this young girl and found out more using my spirit rods, but she told me that she was tired and too poorly to play. Too poorly. That must be a British thing. Mm-hmm. Too poorly to play. Her eyes were almost hollow.
Like literally
I love that
hollow?
I don't know. I love that this article is full of just like selfies she took of herself from Instagram. Like every like 6 sentences, it's just like a picture of her like twisting her head a weird way.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's see. I've also encountered. Oh, sorry. She continued. It troubled me to feel that this child's ghost was still suffering, even in death. I also encountered the apparition of a frail man who was wasting away before my eyes. He was chanting in what I believe to be Latin, but his chants were like cries. The monk was begging for food and told me that he died of starvation due to malnutrition. How do you talk like that?
I don't know.
He died of starvation due to malnutrition.
I don't know. Maybe, okay, so let's be fair. Okay. Maybe the monk just doesn't know what those two things are and he got confused.
That could be.
Yeah.
Brocardi doesn't just sense emotion or hear voices. She claims to also be able to smell ghosts in her presence.
All right.
Wow, this is going to be mean. I just have a feeling. She said, quote, often a ghost will trigger your senses. When I saw an apparition of Marie Antoinette at Versailles, it wasn't just a visual. She had quite a unique scent of menthol peppermint, an almost herbal smell. I always wonder what Marie Antoinette smelled like.
You know, we should look into it and see if she's right, because maybe someone would tell us.
WeeklySpooky@gmail.com. Tell us what you believe Marie Antoinette smelled like. 800 word limit. We're going to take a quick break and we'll find out what other ghosts smell like right after this. So let's dig a little deeper into this lady's Regina George like ghost relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who Regina George is?
No.
She's the main mean girl in Mean Girls.
Oh, I don't know.
You can't sit with us, that person.
Yeah, whatever.
Sorry, God. Quote, sometimes seeing a ghost is subtle, peaceful, and they just pass through. On occasions, they want to take hold of you and make an impact.
Like physical impact? Like slap?
Intense headaches, pains in the chest, and extreme nausea can all be symptoms of paranormal activity.
That's what's going on. That's being
what
haunted.
You're having. You have a ghost.
Oh, man.
Or it's your printer again. Either way.
Oh.
Brocardi also visits haunted houses, but she says she finds them fascinating rather than scary. Yeah, that's how my buddy Dave talks about haunted. He's like, these are just like interesting to look at. I'm not scared or anything. Just cool to look at, and then he runs through the whole thing as fast as he can. That's a true story. She said, quote, sometimes I still get unsettled, but I view the ability to see dead people as a gift. I travel the world exploring haunted places, and no two locations are the same. Isn't that true of all things? No two places are the same.
It should be, at least.
People often assume that spirits are whole, but some of the ones I've seen are dismembered and disfigured.
People assume spirits are whole?
I don't know. I'm completely confused by that.
Yeah.
I've seen a floating severed head before and a cat with no tail.
Oh no, that's a tail. Maybe it didn't have a tail in life.
So now animals have apparitions too.
Are you saying you didn't know that animals had apparitions?
I was under the impression that they did not.
Really? Huh. I don't know why you think
I was
that.
under the impression that if you saw like an animal, like air quotes ghost, it was like it was not like the way a ghost is a person. It was like more like I don't know, like aesthetic almost.
It was aesthetic?
Like it was part of the human ghost's life.
Oh, wow, that's really interesting. I've never heard that before.
Yeah. That's my understanding. Like if you were in a house and like a dog came at you, it would be because the guy who died there, that dog was his dog or something. Although I did see Good Boy, which involves dog ghost. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard of like like cat ghosts and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Just feel like if we're going into that, then we're going to just be maggoty with ghosts just everywhere.
I think that's what she's saying.
That would be good for her pocketbook.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the cat let out a shrill meow like it was in pain.
It was just
cats just do that.
Yeah.
In the desert, I even encountered something that didn't look human. Does she mean like it looks like an alien or
was it so disfigured that it didn't look human and that's really, really mean to say? Or?
I wish she was like some ghosts aren't idiots. They're just ugly. That would be really funny. Like, what is this woman? It's the places that have multiple spirits with different personalities that drain you, or when you have several ghosts with malevolent personalities battling for your attention. That's when you have to maintain control.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to her supernatural pursuits, Brocardi is also a talented musician, sharing her work on her website. I'm not mentioning it because if you really want it, you'll find it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Should we listen to her music and decide if it's idiot or just disfigured?
I feel like that's mean. I mean, I don't mind.
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's mean to these poor ghosts.
Like, I don't mind listening to her music, but I don't want to be mean about it.
She recently dropped a new track titled Feed My Soul featuring Ray Luzier from Korn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll never do that again on the show. Okay. So that's that. Yeah, that lady, her personality leaves something to be desired for those poor ghosts.
Mm-hmm. But I'm glad that she got more promotion from mirror.co.uk.
Yeah, me too. And I hope Eduardo's okay, since I guess he was banished to the land of wind and ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Sounds
But he
bad.
wasn't fun anymore. So
Yeah, so it's okay. Yeah.
here's a story on a lighter note. CBS12.com reports human remains discovered at Lake Worth construction site.
Huh.
Lake Worth, Florida, human bones were dug up at a construction site. On Monday, while construction crews were digging at the site located on Davis Road, they found the bones, a spokesperson from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office says. The construction crews alerted deputies, who then contacted the medical examiner. A PBSO spokesperson said the bones on the property appeared to be a femur and pelvic bone. The examiner later confirmed the bones were human.
Wow.
Because you're having a rough week, a lot of these stories are at least somewhat related to real estate.
Yay!
A team from Florida Gulf Coast University responded to the scene and discovered additional bones, prompting a halt in construction as an investigation gets underway.
Oh.
Jacqueline Milby, who lives on Davis Road, took cell phone video after noticing several Palm Beach County Sheriff's cruisers lining the streets, and a research team huddled around a table at the site. Quote, I've seen a lot of documentaries, and they're definitely looking at something on a big table and brushing things off, Milby said. I love the local news. Don't ever change local news. Milby's 10-year-old son, Carter, also thought it was unusual. Quote, my mom was freaking out because she was like, look over there. And I saw cops surrounding this hole looking into it, he said. Eliana Aguirre, 8, and her mom, Angela Bryant, live just a few doors down from the construction site. They walked over to see what was going on. Quote, I've never heard someone find bones like in real life, Aguirre said. It's kind of interesting. At least as an 8-year-old girl. I mean, so I get that.
Yeah.
The construction site is believed to have been a location frequented by unhoused individuals.
Oh.
That's the term we're using now, huh?
Yep, that's the term we're using now.
I'm not trying to be edgy, but I think we need to go back to vagrant. I think vagrant is solid.
Okay.
I think people don't like vagrant because the V and the G make it sound mean.
It does sound mean.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's supposed to sound nice either.
Well, it's not a good thing to be a vagrant, that's for sure.
So, yeah.
At this time, it's unclear if the bones belong to one person or multiple, or how long they may have been there. At this point, investigators say there are no signs of foul play. Quote, I hope whoever it is, whomever the body parts are and bones, they get closure with their family because that's still sad, Bryant said. All recovered skeletal remains will be transported to the medical examiner's office for further examination and identification, which could take some time. Another forensic team is set to come to the construction site on Wednesday to continue sifting the property. PBSO deputies will be out there at the scene through the night, guarding the area.
Gotta guard the bones.
Gotta guard it. Gotta guard it. I should, you're right, I should sleep more.
Yeah.
And there's only one comment on it, and it's clinically insane person. So, okay.
Yay, I guess.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about another skeleton being found. Possibly the most adorable skeleton you've ever seen.
What?
Right after this. All right, my spookies. I know Chell was rather perplexed by my tease before the break.
Yeah.
About this adorable skeleton.
Yeah.
So, have I piqued your curiosity well?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So this is from livescience.com. And the headline is Miniature Skeleton, a ghostly 2,000-year-old party favor from a Roman banquet.
Oh.
Look at him.
I guess
he's adorable.
Cute. He's really okay looking.
This small bronze skeleton is one of only a dozen known examples of ancient Roman larva convivialis, a banquet ghost figurine given out as a party favor 2,000 years ago.
Wow.
Must have been a big party if it's bronze party favors, right?
Really?
Bronze. I mean, I don't know how much bronze is worth, but I know metalworking is hard.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but look at him. He's pretty cool. He's got like really big teeth and eyes.
Yeah.
He's missing most of his limbs, but
that's okay.
Nobody's
It's hard
perfect.
to make those limbs. Yeah.
It would be hard. And for them to survive 2,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The skeleton originally had jointed arms and legs, but only a portion of its left leg remains today. Its skull features large, round eye sockets and a toothy grin. The bronze figurine measures roughly 2.6 inches or 6.6 centimeters in height and is in the collection of Getty Villa in Los Angeles, California. According to a 1980 study by then Getty curator Faya Kausi-Frel, the skeleton was a kind of memento mori, a symbol of the brevity of life and the inevitability of death.
I mean, either that or someone was like, you should see, I made these really cool little skeletons. It was so hard.
Rad.
I'm just going to give them out to people.
The spooky skeletons were probably handed out at dinner parties in a nod to Epicureanism, the philosophical system that considered that because death is humans' main fear, we should take pleasure in what life has to offer. I feel like you're opposed. You're like, no.
I mean, yeah, I don't think we should take pleasure in anything.
You should just be worried about stuff.
Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
According to you?
Yeah.
It's fair. Fair point. Banqueting and death were often linked in Roman art and literature, according to the Getty. In the novel The Satyrcon, written in the late 1st century AD by Petronius, Petronius, that's his whole name. Okay, fine. A man named Trimalchio was hosting a dinner party. The narrator tells of a, quote, slave, quote, a slave bringing in a silver skeleton so contrived that the joints and movable vertebrae could be turned in any direction. Wow. He threw it down upon the table a time or two, and its mobile articulation caused it to assume grotesque attitudes.
People are so weird.
So their game was like dropping it on the table. Like, whoa.
No, people can't really move like that. Yeah.
Whoa. I'm glad we've come so much further. Haha, swiping through cat videos.
Yeah.
Trimalchio, the host, then exclaims that, quote, this skeleton before us here is as important as we ever were. Let's live then while we may, and life is dear.
All right.
You're completely unmoved by this.
I'm sorry. No. It's not like it's a real skeleton. It's just some pieces of metal. It's not as important as we ever were. Or I'm not sure if that means that we're really important or it means that we're not really important.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Getty example of the banquet ghost lacks scientific accuracy. Quote, it was perhaps more important that the bony specters were lively, Kausi-Frel wrote. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a spooky, scary skeleton that sends shivers up your spine.
Yeah.
Wow. It is wild to think it was probably made between 25 BC and 100 AD. That's just nuts to think about.
Yeah.
It's nuts to think about if you wanted to go back to 2002. That would be like Marty McFly going back to 1955 and Back to the Future.
Oh, God.
Yeah. People get mad at me when I point stuff like that out. So
that
I do it a lot.
Feel good. Yeah.
Yeah. That one hurt.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Rachel gets mad because I point that out a lot. She'll be like, I did that back in high school. I'm like, 30 years ago.
Oh, God.
She's like, thanks for that. And I'm like, no problem. I'm always here to help. So speaking of museums of value, Chell, first of all, you like museums, right?
They're okay.
You go to a lot of museums?
No.
But you have a lot of museums in and around Philly.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have a hair museum?
I hope so.
Well, HuffingtonPost.com's article says Missouri Hair Museum is closing.
No.
Tress collection to be scattered around U.S.
No.
Independence, Missouri. That's what MO is. Yeah, Missouri, duh. Mm-hmm. Century-old wreaths made from human hair fill the walls of Layla's Hair Museum. and glass cases overflow with necklaces and watch bands woven from the locks of the dead.
Oh,
now it bothers you because they're dead?
No, it bothers me because their hair is being used to make things. I thought we could just see hair and be excited about it.
That's what you're mad about? You were like, I just wanted to look at the hair.
Yeah.
This is so commercial. It used to be about the hair, man.
Exactly. I don't need it made into things.
Kids these days need the hair woven into things. When I was growing up, we were just happy to see hair.
Exactly.
Damn it. You scare me sometimes, Chell. We'll learn more about this hair museum and hopefully know more about Chell's opinions on hair after this. So this hair museum.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not that grossed out by human hair in general. What about you?
Oh, I'm not grossed out by hair. I just want it displayed in its normal state.
I ever tell you about my mom went to beauty school? Did I ever tell you that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, my mom went to a year of beauty school.
Wow.
And that's when she learned that touching other people's hair disgusts her.
I could see that. Yeah.
I love that because when she told me that, I was like, well, I mean, that would stop you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I learned, that exactly that job made me want to vomit. The end. There are also tresses purported to have come from past presidents.
Oh.
Hollywood legend Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
And even Jesus. Why'd that one make you laugh?
I don't think they have Jesus's hair.
I'm leaning toward no.
Yeah.
If you could see the hair of any president, which would it be?
I don't know.
I felt like you'd have this just ready. You'd be like, oh, obviously Calvin Coolidge. I thought you'd just be ready.
No, sorry. I don't really think about president's hair very much.
Oh. Okay. I don't know what you do on the weekends then, because that's my move. So
yeah.
For about 30 years, this hair art collection in the Kansas City suburb of Independence attracted an eclectic group of gawkers that included the likes of heavy metal legend Ozzy Osbourne.
He did have hair.
He did have hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he passed away recently. I wonder if he
did.
donated any hair to there.
I don't know.
I'm wondering where they're obtaining this hair.
I assume someone just goes around and cuts it off people when they're not looking.
I mean, I would hope.
Yeah.
But the museum's namesake, Layla Calhoun, died last November at the age of 92.
Oh, wow.
So hair keeps you young.
Mm-hmm.
Now her granddaughter, Lindsay Evans, is busy rehoming the collection of more than 3,000 pieces.
Wow.
To museums across the country, including the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York and the National Museum of Women in the Arts in Washington, D.C. You're not that far from either of those.
I'm not, no.
Quote, every time I come here, I feel her here, Evans said Monday while touring with representatives of the National Museum of Funeral History in Houston, who left with around 30 pieces.
Yeah.
This place is her. Oh, sorry, what?
I was just thinking when she said, I feel her here, that it was a misquote and it was, I feel her hair.
Now I get why you were laughing so much. I thought you were just laughing at someone mourning their loved one being dead. I was like, here comes Spicy Michelle.
No, sorry.
Boom.
No.
Vicious fatality. This place is her. And so I feel like this process of rehoming her collection has helped me grieve her in a way that I didn't even realize I needed.
Aww.
That's really sweet, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that though, if like you have a loved one's life's work and getting to meet people from like all over the world that want a little piece of it for what they're doing, it could really feel special.
Yeah.
So that's kind of awesome, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It all started in 1956 when Calhoun, a hairdresser, was shopping for Easter shoes where is this going? Inside an antique store, she found a gold frame filled with strands of hair twisted in the shape of flowers.
Mm.
Quote, she said, forget the Easter shoes, Evans said. My granddad always said that this was the most expensive piece of the museum because look at what it started. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Evans is keeping that one for herself. That's really
Aww.
sweet, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I find it like soft morbid.
Mm-hmm.
Human hair stuff. I find that soft morbid. Like,
okay.
It's morbid, but it's not like I wouldn't be, if somebody said I have a collection of human hair, I would like a little more information, but I wouldn't immediately just be like, bye.
Yeah.
Like, as opposed to if they said like, I collect like human bones, I would be like, what the hell are you talking about? You know, it'd be a lot more questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with human hair, I'd be like, how did you get into that? And hopefully then I'd still be a little weird. Okay, you know what?
Yeah,
it's still weird. Yeah,
it's still weird.
This form of art peaked in popularity in the mid 1800s as women coiled the hair of the dead into jewelry or told their family history by intertwining the curls of loved ones into wreaths.
Okay.
I feel like we've kind of switched that in our culture. Like, did you have a piece of hair in your baby book or your like stuff from when you were a baby?
Maybe. I actually think I might have some of my grandmother's hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or someone does.
Because I know that in my family, keeping a lock of hair from when you were a child is normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, and we have a lot of those things where like they've become a little bit softer, a little bit less morbid over time. Probably coinciding with when we stopped doing funerals in your literal house.
Yeah.
And changed the name to the living room to be a real dick to the dead people. The living room. Ah, it ain't the parlor no more.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to exercise you because we're getting divorced. But hair art had fallen out of favor by the 1940s as memories were, that makes sense, as memories were captured in photos.
I could see put that hair on photos.
You could tape it right on.
You could make a picture frame with hair.
Oh, that's delightful. Evans said additionally, quote, this artwork was not celebrated because it was mostly done by women. And so in larger museums, they don't have a lot of this. Her grandmother saved some from being trashed, wrote a book, and taught classes on the art form, training a new generation of artists.
Oh.
Often the hair art was housed in elaborate frames with original glass, so when her grandmother started haggling with antiques dealers for the frames, they frequently offered to get rid of the hair. I could see that, yeah. And she'd say, no, keep it in there. Evans said. Then her grandmother would often hand them her business card and tell them to be on the lookout. Soon dealers across the country were calling. Quote, if it had hair, she got it, said Evans. I love this story, actually. I really do. Who sometimes accompanied her grandmother as she hunted for new additions. The collection grew to include a wreath containing hair from every woman in the League of Women Voters from Vermont in 1865.
Wow.
A pair of crescent-shaped wreaths contained the tresses of two sisters whose heads were shaved when they entered a convent. These are really interesting.
Yeah.
A couple of pieces even feature taxidermy. Sure. I guess that checks out. But we'll find out more about that when we get back. What do you do with your hair, Michelle, when you cut it?
I throw it away. Like
you could do so much with it because you got the dreads.
Actually, at one point when I cut my hair, because I don't really cut it very often anymore, but at one point I cut my hair and a bunch of people wanted some of it, so I gave it to them.
Who are these people?
I don't know. I don't really remember.
What?
Anybody who said they wanted it, I just gave it to them.
They just walked up to you and, hey, can I have some of your hair?
No, it was like through like Facebook and stuff. Facebook Marketplace. No. Did you just want some of my hair? And that was all it said.
Just, do you want some of my hair? And then it just says no weirdos.
Yeah.
The frames filled, I can't believe I just remembered this as we were talking. When I did my second album, I gave people vials of my hair if you bought the collector's pack.
Yeah, I think I kind of remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we both have hair out there doing stuff.
Damn right.
I hope they just threw mine away because they got grossed out by it.
I told people they had all they needed was a piece of string and they had an instant stalker kit. They could wear it around their neck everywhere they go. Yee. The frames filled the walls of her home and the beauty school she ran with her husband. She shoved them under beds and in closets. Eventually, the couple snatched up this building, a former car dealership, nestled between a fast food restaurant and a car wash. Celebrities caught wind of the attraction. I love this. Actress and comedian Phyllis Diller donated a hair wreath that had been in her family for generations.
Wow.
Oh, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
TV personality Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs filmed an episode of Somebody's Gotta Do It at that store.
Wow.
There might also be a few strands from Osborne inside. When he came to visit, Cohoon snipped a lock, although Evans has yet to find it.
Oh.
I hope he didn't even know. She just does that. Or if you catch her, they're like, oh, she does that.
She
like
does that.
There's a sign when you walk in, it says that can happen, and you're okay with it.
You signed release.
Yeah, you signed the release. Damn it! When I went to and I'll talk about this more at the when we're wrapping up the show. But I went to a big haunt over the weekend.
Yeah,
and they have this big sign before you go into the haunts that says like, by entering here, you give up this and these rights to this and this and this. I'm like, yeah, that would never hold up in court in a million years. Yeah. A thing on the back wall when you're walking in, no chance. Yeah. No chance. Evans said her grandmother was tight-lipped on what she spent over the years, but she anticipates the worth of the art may top $1 million.
Wow.
As Genevieve Keeney, the head of the National Museum of Funeral History in Houston, waded through the collection, I hope that's figurative and not like it's like up to their knees.
Yeah, there's just hair everywhere.
She eagerly eyed the jewelry that memorialized the dead, including a small pin containing the locks of a 7-year-old girl who died in 1811.
Wow.
Quote, I've always felt it was important to educate people about death, said Keeney, also a licensed mortician. Quote, our society does such an injustice on getting people to understand what the true emotions are going to feel like when death happens. That's why you get the kid a goldfish.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can prepare somebody for that.
No.
I don't think that there's a way to. So I wouldn't worry too much about it.
I do think in a very broad way, pets are in a lot of ways like training wheels for understanding life and death. You know, you lose a cat when you're 12 years old and then, a grandparent when you're 20. Mm-hmm. It just kind of, it's not the same, but it's similar.
Yeah.
Evans herself is struggling with a mix of emotions as she slowly rehomes her grandmother's legacy. Quote, I want people to see all of this because that's what she wanted. But when this is empty, it'll break my heart a little bit.
Aww.
That's a wonderful note to end that story on.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Huffington Post. That was like the perfect balance of heartfelt and creepy.
Yeah.
I really like that. So let's ruin the good vibes by heading back to mirror.co.uk.
Yay.
The headline is, I'm a funeral director and these are the chilling experiences I've had at work. What? Why the...
I just don't believe it's scary to be a funeral director.
Well, the funny thing is I had to check. I thought we'd read this before, but I was another like a morgue worker that we read about. If there's any profession you'd expect might have come across a ghostly encounter, it would be a funeral director, right? That hasn't been strictly the case, according to one man in the profession. However, social media's Yorkshire funeral director, Jacob Walsh, who's based in Gooley, East Riding of Yorkshire, took to TikTok to open up on his experiences with the paranormal in his workplace. Huh.
Yeah.
News is TikTok.
Yep.
Ghosts, have I seen them? Have I experienced them? He asked rhetorically in a video. I felt a presence, usually in the mortuary, which is completely understandable, as it's where people in my care are resting.
Aww.
I don't want my mortician to have that level of like boopity boop. Like just rip up the body and move on.
Okay, fine. I'll get you the right one then.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jacob admitted that initially he put his chilling experiences down to the fact he works late into the day, by which point he's tired. More and more things happen, though, prompting him to have a rethink.
I almost feel like we read this before.
It sounds really...
late into the day.
Yeah. But this one's shorter, too.
All right, whatever.
Where is it? So now I was scanning it because I was like, did we read this before? Maybe we did. I try not to do that. But it's hard.
It's hard.
It's the 40th episode.
Yeah.
He added that even when he's doing personal care, such as shaving deceased gentlemen, he tells them what he's doing out of respect. So if they're watching over us, that's fine. We just don't know what's in the afterlife. And I'm not here to tell you what I think there is or isn't. It was much shorter. So maybe it was like I don't know, but I checked it and it wasn't the same page.
Huh.
I'm a bad host.
Was that the whole
thing? That's what it comes
thing?
down to. Yeah, it was really short.
Wow.
I skipped like 2 or 3 things, but like that were really brief. But like, yeah, it was a lot of pictures though.
Oh.
Of a guy filming himself on TikTok. I love the news. Well, we're going to come back and we'll do just a few more news stories. I figured we'd go a little longer than normal just because it's the Halloween season.
Yeah.
But, oh no, Michelle's like, please no.
It's okay.
Oh God, it's even worse than I imagined by the way you said that.
It's okay.
Oh no. But when we get back, you'll be happy to hear more human remains are being found.
I know about human remains being found recently, but it's sad. Yay.
It's usually sad. I thought you'd be excited, but
I am excited.
Well, we'll get to that right after this. We're back and we have a news story from Smithsonian Magazine.
Oh.
Because we're fancy.
I guess.
We're fancy.
Oh.
Sorry, pal. Archaeologists in Albania unearthed tomb belonging to an upper-class Roman who died 1,700 years ago.
Wow. That's a while ago, I guess.
That's a while back, yeah. When photos were in black and white.
Yeah. Silent TV.
Yeah, that's funny. I hadn't heard silent TV. I like that. Archaeologists have unearthed a rare Roman mausoleum in the northeastern part of Albania. They think it may have belonged to an upper-class individual named Galliano, who lived in the ancient Roman province of Illyricum up to 1,700 years ago.
Wow.
Roma's weird.
I guess.
Their names are weird.
I don't think about Rome very much.
That's because you're a girl.
I
Men
know.
think about Rome all the time.
I
That's
know.
the thing. Well, the Roman Empire, they don't think about like Rome as it is today.
Yeah.
That's for middle-aged women to like imagine. Like if I go there, I'll meet a guy, a swarthy guy. I've heard that joke before that said, "Remember, middle-aged women go to Italy for the same reason middle-aged men go to Thailand."
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So judge accordingly. The site is the first Roman-era monumental tomb to be discovered in the country.
Oh.
That's really interesting. According to a statement from Blendi Gonja? It's Gonzha. It's Gonxhja.
Oh, I don't know.
Gonzha? Is that Chinese? I think that's Chinese, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Albania's Minister of Economy, Culture, and Innovation. Researchers from Albania's Institute of Archaeology began excavating it last month after inhabitants of the nearby village of Strikon noticed an unusual stone formation on a plateau. Dating to the 3rd or 4th century CE, the tomb measures nearly 30 feet long and 20 feet wide.
Wow. I think that's big, but I'm not sure because I don't do measurements really well.
I think that's about like the size of your living room and dining room combined.
Wow. That's relatively large, but not really.
I mean, by tomb standards, I feel like that's pretty big.
Okay.
Like a 10 by 10, like by shed standards, that's a decent size.
Mm-hmm.
20 foot by 30 foot would be a gigantic shed. That'd be a garage.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm sorry you don't have a garage.
Me too.
We made it sad.
Yeah.
It's made up of 3 components, a staircase, entrance hall, and a funerary chamber. The chamber held the remains of 2 people, and its limestone wall features an inscription written in Greek. Quote, the inscription tells us that the person buried here was named Galliano, a name typical of the Roman period. Lead archaeologist Erickson Nicoli tells Reuters, Fatos Baitucci and Florian Goga, quote, we are uncertain about the identity of the second individual, but it is likely a family member.
Okay.
Or a worker who fell inside when they were closing it. No. Do you find, like when you were a kid, were you fascinated by like Egypt or anything like that?
I don't know. Not like particularly, but sure.
You're like, no. My people were like really adamant to get out of there. So
yeah, we didn't really deal with that. Yeah.
They were like, adios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think about Egypt every Passover. The end. No. And I said, no, ha ha ha.
Yeah, that's good.
Vaguely related.
Yeah.
The edges of the tomb's walls and roof are decorated with intricate carvings. Meanwhile, a second inscription honors Jupiter, the Roman god of the sky. According to the statement, this is the first dedication of its kind to be discovered in the region. Other inscriptions were found on loose stones around the site, though experts say these may have come from another nearby monument.
Oh.
When I was a kid, I thought the concept of like the big sarcophaguses and the giant tombs in Egypt, I thought that was just like super fascinating.
It is pretty interesting.
This is wild because this is like not so monumental. Like it's not so gargantuan that it's like, oh, so some people just like had money and were like, I don't know what to do with it. I guess when I die, build a really huge thing.
Yeah. I mean, but we still, or we do that with like mausoleums and stuff today, sort of. Yeah,
but like one person or 2 people doesn't get 20 by 30 feet.
I don't know. Some of them look pretty big.
I mean, they're not small, but I'm just saying that's a little on the big side.
And then you can go down. So maybe when you combine all the floors, I don't know.
But most mausoleums contain like multiple family, like a ton of family. So, but no, I get what you're saying. Northern Albania was once part of the ancient region of Illyria, which can include parts of present-day Croatia, Bosnia, and Herzegovina and Montenegro. I was waiting for you to be like, it's not Bosnia. Like you're like on the other side of the conflict. It's not Bosnia. The Illyrians were an Indo-European people who lived in organized tribes and some of which united under various kingdoms. Rome warred with the Illyrian kingdoms throughout the 3rd and 2nd centuries BCE, eventually conquering the entire Balkan Peninsula. While the region was heavily influenced by Roman culture, the Illyrians fought to conserve their language and traditions. During the recent excavation of Giuliano's tomb, archaeologists found that the site had been looted at least twice.
I hate that when it's like, well, everyone else knew it was here except for you guys. So
yeah, we all knew about it. We just didn't tell you.
We just thought you knew. Like, it's right there. We've been looting it for years.
Yeah, like for real. Like I go there on my way to get groceries. I'm like, I need some lira. I'm just going to yoink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robbers entered the tomb once in antiquity and again in modern times when they used heavy machinery to... Jeez, this is like organized. heavy machinery to move a large rock to access the site. Despite these incidents, the team unearthed a trove of artifacts, including glass plates, knives, objects made from bone, and the bodies of those who dared to steal. No,
Oh.
maybe that's who the extra body was. It was somebody who his buddies, as a goof, we locked him in the tomb. Like, as a goof,
Yeah.
we sealed the tomb behind him. It was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was 25 years ago. I thought it was funny. As a goof. Quote, we also uncovered a piece of fabric embroidered with gold thread, which confirms our belief that we are dealing with members of the upper class, Nicoli adds. I mean, that and the fact that there's a giant tomb made of stuff, which would cost money to build. I don't know.
What about if it was just made by that person and they were like, okay, I'm going to die in like 20 years. Let me just make a really big tomb right now.
Nobody would do that unless they had a YouTube channel to show them doing it.
Oh.
Like those fake video makers that make those ridiculous houses and stuff out of mud.
I want to make mud houses.
You don't watch those YouTube videos?
No.
Most of them are fake, unfortunately. But yeah, they're like just carving out of the earth things.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty relaxing. The discovery has already drawn crowds of curious locals angry that they won't be able to raid the tomb anymore for money.
Yeah.
Albania's tourism economy has rapidly expanded in recent years, and officials eventually plan to open the site of the tomb to visitors. The almighty dollar, baby.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break, and I've got one more piece that's just for Chell because it's all about haunted real estate.
Okay.
Right after this. Chell, I know how much you love real estate.
Uh-huh.
Just in general, like the general concept of it as a home inspector and stuff. You've always liked houses and things.
Yeah.
Why'd you say that like dourly? That's a positive thing. It's a thing you like.
I know, that's why it's bad.
Well, this mirror.co.uk article. Yeah, we're back, baby. The headline is Cliffside Castle Overlooking Sea for Sale with Ghost That Can Be Heard at Night.
I mean, that's a feature, I guess.
I mean, putting that in the listing is an interesting choice, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think you just have to be upfront because you don't want people being like trying to sue you when they hear the ghosts at night all the time.
Well, let me show it to you real quick.
Wow.
Looks like it's in a bit of rough shape.
That's what I want. Do you think it has a roof on any part of it?
Who can say?
No.
Probably not.
It doesn't have any like glass in the windows. Whoa.
No. It's right on the water.
Yeah, I'd buy that. Oh,
this is not a house.
This is so good. I'm gonna live here.
Are you excited because you see that it has like no flooring? It's literally like dirt.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about it. You know,
the foundation is the planet itself.
Yeah.
It is literally a castle.
I mean, it's just a ruins.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, if you're going to be, I still have all the muskrats on the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be persnickety about it, but hold on, you may still want to buy it. A castle perched on a cliff has hit the property market, and many people believe it's haunted.
All right.
Offers of £100,000 are being considered for the spectacular site. That's pretty cheap.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, considering it's a ruin and there's not even like a road next to it. Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess you just drive up the grass places.
Yeah, you just have to get like a good 4-wheel drive. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
yeah, little coat of paint, little plumbing and electricity that probably is nowhere near there either, and you're set. You're good to go. Duns Key Castle, a scheduled monument dating from the mid-16th century, stands on the site of what is thought to be the earlier Adair Castle, which was destroyed in 1500.
Oh.
The ruins, hey, look at you. The ruins, this is Chell's episode. She's been right every time about everything.
Oh, really?
Must be nice.
No.
The ruins sit on 8 acres of land and can be reached via coastal footpath behind the property, as reported by Luxury Property News. The castle is a popular stop for tourists who can explore the ruins across the former moat.
Okay.
I don't want people crossing my moat if I buy that place.
Well, I think you have to put up a big fence that has,
It's a
razor
castle.
wire.
It's meant to keep people out.
I
once
know.
You rebuild it.
Yeah.
Once you rebuild it, I mean.
No, right now.
Right this second.
Yeah.
On a clear day. Also, 100 quid, though, for like 8 acres right by the water. That's surprisingly cheap.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's probably a horrible place to live in every aspect.
Whatever.
On a clear day, views stretch all the way across the sea towards Northern Ireland, over 20 miles away. That's why it's so cheap. They're like, nobody wants to see Northern Ireland. Hateful. It has been It has been derelict since, do you want to guess how long it's been derelict? I want to put this to you, Chell.
Yeah, it's been derelict since 1802.
Finally, you're wrong.
Oh.
1700.
Oh, wow.
That's a very long time.
I mean, that's why it looks like that, I guess.
Ouch. Now you sound like that lady talking about ghosts behind their
Oh.
backs. Yet enough of the castle remains to show the strength of its original fortifications. The walls are 5 feet thick.
Wow. That's why they're still standing.
Yeah. The tower rises 30 meters, and there are remnants of a vaulted cellar and a watchtower, all perched on the cliff edge.
It'd be cooler if you could go up those things, but I don't think you can.
Yeah, this place needs a lot of work if it's going to be like a place you're going to like do stuff in.
Yeah.
Not even live, just like do anything other than be outside, but in it slightly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The castle lies on the coastal path from Port Patrick to Maroch, in a secluded spot that adds to its sense of mystery and historic allure. Ooh. The listing is being handled by Ian Eli Corbett of Stretton Partner, with offers being considered over £100,000. According to Visit Scotland, quote, the magnificent ruins of Dunsky Castle are picturesquely perched on a rocky outcrop, jetting out into the Irish Sea. The massive tower house was built in the mid-16th century for the Adairs of Kinhilt, the same family that owned the castle of St. John in Stranraer. And the long wing in the north was added in the 1620s. By 1700, the whole building was derelict. Man, there's an ad over what I need to read.
Damn.
Why? I have to reload it. I'm a professional, damn it. The ruins, blah, blah, blah. 8 acres of land. On a clear day. Coastal path. Here we go. The defensive ditch on the Landsward side is all that survives of an earlier Adair castle, first recorded in the 14th century. This castle was destroyed around 1500 by the MacCullochs of Merton and the Cardenases. Those Cardenases, I never trusted them.
Yeah, just destroying castles. I don't know.
Many reports online suggest some believe the castle is haunted. One legend says a minstrel was imprisoned in dungeons at the castle and found a secret tunnel.
Yeah.
Legend has it, as they say, that on stormy nights the sound of his pipes can be heard above the waves.
But it sounded like he escaped because he found a secret tunnel.
Or he died in the tunnel.
No. They didn't say that, though.
Well, they implied it by him being a ghost.
Oh. I mean, it's been a long time, so he could just be a ghost anyway.
Yeah, that's true. He just died and was like, I'm going to haunt there.
Yeah, that was a pretty
nice
cool
view.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that tunnel.
That tunnel was dope. According to the website Storied Collection, after being left to starve, the minstrel, quote, reached a cave on the shore of the open sea below the castle. He could hear the roaring waves. He could see the moon glistening above, promising a life beyond Dunsky. but he could not scale the slick, steep walls. He died a slow death, looking at the freedom he could not reach. Forevermore, it is said that you can hear his pipes playing above the waves on stormy nights as his ghost paces up and down the passageway where he died.
Aw.
Another legend states a brownie haunts the site. This is sometimes described by believers in the paranormal as a hairy, man-like apparition. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
A brownie. And, some reports, you think mirror.co.uk is a good source? Some reports on Tumblr speak of inexplicable sounds that can be heard at the scene.
I mean, I don't know.
What? No rough, harsh words for the minstrel ghost?
No, I mean, honestly, like, you have these open window holes and shit, and you're right by the ocean, so it's probably windy. Probably hearing a lot of, like, weird noises, sound through the little openings and things.
With how wide open the area is, you could be hearing a ghost from another castle off in the distance. Yeah.
Right. You don't know.
People just don't want to have critical thinking skills anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to dive into why the Halloween candy scare still haunts America after this. Michelle, I am positive that we've had this conversation, a part of this conversation before, but what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, I don't know. Like dots.
Dots?
Yeah.
Oh, the squishy dots?
Yes.
I love those.
Yeah, me too.
For a second, I thought you meant the paper with the dots on them, and I was like, the ones where you eat paper?
Well, you don't eat the paper. You just eat the thing on the paper. You just
end up eating some paper is all.
Paper's fine to eat. Did
you like wax lips when you were a kid?
I don't think so.
They were weird.
Yeah.
It was like wax you chew on and spit out.
Yeah.
I never understood. It's not chewing gum. It's just like weird.
It is weird.
And you were cool with candy corn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Good. I've been having a lot of candy corn. I bought one really high quality like bag of candy corn, and I've been resealing it every night after I eat just a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to like maximize the experience.
Yeah, that's nice.
Because I'm a dork. So when you were a kid, do you remember what Halloween candy you were most excited to get in your bag?
Dots.
Oh, it was dots then too. Okay.
Yeah.
They had Halloween dots last year.
Oh, really? I didn't get them.
They were ghost dots, and they were like gray and a little see-through.
Oh. That sounds gross.
And they tasted like dots. So when I was a kid, I was all about those little 3-packs of Sweet Tarts.
Oh, I don't like those.
You don't like anything sour.
Yeah.
I'll never understand you. Although,
that's gross.
Last night, I opened up a bag of Jelly beans that were wild cherry flavored. Mm-hmm. And I ate a couple of them, and I lit a cigar and started smoking, and the cigar tasted awful.
Huh.
And it was a cigar I smoked all the time. And there were only a few cigars that I have like the same one again and again. So I was like, man, is this cigar like have something wrong with it? Or is my mouth all messed up because I've been having weird taste issues? Mm-hmm. And then I just stopped eating those. And after like 10 minutes, it went away. I think they just had something about them that just did not play nice.
Yeah.
It's weird. Because usually candy and cigars go together very nicely. So with that all being said, we're taking a look at fastcompany.com's coverage. This article is super new. I mean, it didn't come out this year, but it came out after we'd recorded last year's show.
Okay.
So it was Halloween of last year. And the headline is why the Halloween candy scare still haunts America. And I've just always been fascinated by this because I remember growing up and being told to check your candy, not to eat anything until your parents look at it, not to accept anything that's not sealed, not take apples, not take homemade treats, things like that.
Yeah.
So, and of course, have you ever seen, oh gosh, what is it called? Night of the Demons?
No.
Oh, it has a great razor blade apple gag in it.
Oh.
I have to show you that to you sometime. Be a good friend to you. So, yeah, this is an article I was very curious about. The unquiet spirits, vampires, and the omnipresent zombies that take over American streets every October 31st may think Halloween is all about spooky fun. But what Halloween masqueraders may not realize is that in the early 1970s and well into the next decade, real fear took over.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The media, police departments, and politicians began to tell a new kind of Halloween horror story. That's super high SEO.
Oh.
The full phrase Halloween horror story.
Mm-hmm.
I have been working on that a lot this year. About poison candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but this is where it gets really weird. No actual events explained this fear.
Yeah.
It was driven by social and cultural anxieties. And there's a lesson in that about the power of rumors on this day of dark fantasy. I can't even help but go into like the throaty voice on some words of dark fantasy. I try not to do it in person. Too weird. The Halloween candy scare began in 1970. An op-ed on October 28th, 1970 in the New York Times suggested the possibility of strangers using Halloween's trick-or-treat tradition to poison children.
It's a good idea to put that stuff out there. Be like, hey, have you ever considered poisoning people by putting stuff in Halloween candy?
It sure would be easy.
Yeah.
And you'd never get caught. But, so this is a totally like New York fabricated this originally. Your ancestral homeland.
Oh, good.
The editorial mentioned 2 unconfirmed incidents in upstate New York and offered a series of frighteningly rhetorical questions. The author, Judy Clemsrud, that's a name, Clemsrud, wondered, for example, if that, quote, plump red apple from the kindly old lady down the block may have a razor blade hidden inside it.
I was thinking about this. You'd know if there was something in an apple. It's not like you can put something in an apple and there's no evidence of it. I don't understand. It'd be like a little cut.
Through the bottom, you might be able to hide it a little bit.
Maybe, but then wouldn't it just get stuck in the middle and no one would eat it anyway?
I mean, I'm not saying if people are doing this that they are particularly smart.
Oh, okay.
Well, when I was growing up, it was always like a friend of a friend's cousin got a razor blade and an apple.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, it wasn't razor blades so much; it was needles.
Oh, okay.
And that you could hide. Oh, yeah, this is advice for you guys out there. No, but that you could hide in an apple, like sewing needles. You could stick those in there.
I guess.
And they'd claim that either there were needles in there or it was injected with something using a needle.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Stuff like that. I think that the real question, the next editorial should have been to Judy Clemsrud. Are things okay at home?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you sitting around just imagining this? Like saying, wonder if that could happen. It's like, that's weird, lady.
Yeah, what's going on?
Some readers accepted her questions as definitive fact. 2 days later, a 5-year-old child died on Halloween in Detroit after consuming heroin.
Okay.
Early media, that's what I thought too. I was like, early media reports of his death cited his uncle's claim that he had been exposed to the drug in tainted Halloween treats.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like really convenient. Yeah.
Yeah. By mid-November 1970, newspaper reportage showed that the child had in fact found the heroin at his uncle's home.
Of course.
Not in his bag of Halloween candy, as investigators had first been told.
I mean, and I've heard this repeatedly, but like, people are just not going to give away their heroin and like put it in, like, no, it's
not
important.
Even just a little bit as a treat.
No, it's important to them. They work hard for that.
I was hoping you weren't going to say for them. You just go, it's important. Heroin's important.
Yeah,
You don't just
I wouldn't
throw
give
it
to
around.
people. Yeah.
It's not chiclets or friggin' Smarties.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a quick break and things are going to get a little more dark right after this. All right, we're back, and Chell doesn't know what her favorite candy dots taste like. I learned that during the break.
I don't know what that flavor is.
You just know they're your favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. But going back to the story, on October 31st, 1974, another child died in Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
This time, the death was a result of eating poisoned candy.
Mm-hmm.
The child's father had murdered his own son by placing cyanide in a pixie stick.
That's weird.
I remember reading about that.
Mm-hmm.
This story of the Houston Candyman killer quickly metastasized. Though it had no evidence, Newsweek magazine asserted in a 1975 article that, quote, over the past several years, several children have died and hundreds have narrowly escaped injury from razor blades, sewing needles, and shards of glass put in their goodies by adults.
Wow. News has always been shit, huh?
I know, right? Whenever I hear an example of like old news being like really ridiculous and performative and scaring people for no good reason, I always say, oh, thank God that's over.
Yeah.
By the 1980s, some communities had banned trick-or-treating.
Aww.
And this is something I remember hearing about. While hospitals in some metropolitan areas offered to X-ray Halloween candy.
Wow. I would get my Halloween candy X-ray. That sounds like fun.
You just want to see like
what's in them.
You're like, I just want to hang out with the people at the hospital. They're so fun.
Yeah, X-ray techs. Yay.
Parent-teacher associations encouraged fall festivals to replace Halloween, and on Long Island, a community group gave prizes to children who stayed home all together for Halloween of 1982.
That sucks.
That is so lame. I want to go back in time and give bigger prizes for going out.
Mm-hmm.
And putting razor blades in the prizes.
Yeah.
But they're not food, so it doesn't even matter. There's like, oh, there's a razor blade in this.
It's a toy bunny with a razor blade in it.
It's still, the razor blade's still in the packaging. Like,
yeah, it's just like, thank you.
Thanks. I guess I'll be shaving in like 4 or 5 years.
Awesome.
In 1982, wasn't that the year you were born?
No.
Was it 83?
No.
4?
Yeah.
9? Just keep going. In 1982, the governor of New Jersey signed a bill requiring a jail term for those tampering with candy.
So no one ever got arrested for that, huh? Wow.
Because no one had done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love how this happens so often. It's performative. It's government theater.
Well, you remember, I don't remember if it's New York, I think it's Vermont that made that Champy, the Vermont, the Lake Champlain river monster.
Yeah.
It's like protected under the law there. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but that's at least kind of cute and folksy.
Okay.
Like it's one thing to like, you know, ban Bigfoot from rummaging in your garbage cans. It's another thing to ban, you know, thrill kill gangs from stabbing you to death in the produce department, because you're like, well, that never happens and that's scary. Bigfoot is kind of funny, maybe until he's scary.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's funny because that kind of theater is so common in leadership to kind of make it seem like you're doing something. So in 82, New Jersey's governor signed a bill requiring a jail term for tampering with candy, even though nobody had been accused of it.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like the kids that, you know, had the incidents were in New Jersey.
No.
So
Detroit and Texas.
Yeah.
So what is the point? I guess to make people think you're doing something.
I guess. Yeah, it makes everybody feel safer Because now, if they do it, they're going to jail. I mean, they were going to go to jail anyway.
Yes.
If they did it. But now they're like really going to jail.
Oh, you don't see, that's why I was asking when you were born, because you don't remember before 1982, the sign for New Jersey, instead of saying the Garden State, it said a great place to tamper with Halloween candy, because it was the only state in the union that allowed tampering with Halloween candy.
Yeah.
It was like going to Delaware so that you didn't have to pay sales tax.
Exactly. So they were finally like, okay, that's enough tampering with Halloween candy.
They were like, okay, I've got my fill. I've bagged my limit. When I had my old job, which I can kind of like talk more crap about it too, because that guy's gone at that job now.
Wow.
But when I had my old TV job, my boss was really just a really poor boss. He just was not a good option for bosses. My mom used to, when I would tell her like the weird things he would demand or whatever, my mom would say that. She'd be like, that's management theater. He doesn't know how to be a manager. So he's just like doing stuff that sounds like what managers do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you know, like saying like, remember your lunch break is 30 minutes. And it's like, okay, but did anybody not do that? Because otherwise we all know how long our lunch break is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was there an incident that requires us to, you know, lock down on the lunch breaks? No, it's just you need to be telling us things and threatening us, because otherwise there's no evidence that you are the boss.
Yeah.
Woo. Anyway, hateful me. I'm hateful. However, a comprehensive I went past the New Jersey thing. Worries of parents and community leaders drove the fear. In a popular nationally syndicated newspaper advice column called Ask Ann Landers, Landers warned in 1983 of, quote, twisted strangers who had been, quote, putting razor blades and poison in taffy apples and other Halloween candy.
Mm-hmm.
Ann Landers was like America's that aunt that sends you emails you don't want.
Oh.
You know, about gang initiations. Did you ever get those? I got those.
No.
On AOL back in the day, I would get emails, you know, forwarded, you know, chain letter. Gosh. Chain letters.
Yeah.
I would get chain letters and they would say like, remember tonight's a Crips initiation night.
Wow.
So if someone flashes their high beams at you, don't flash them back.
Don't flash back.
Yeah.
They're going to drive you off the road and then probably kill you if you're not already dead. I'm not really sure.
Usually, yeah, they'll kill you. It's because the initiation is they have to kill somebody.
Right. So they figure, let's kill someone who doesn't have their lights on.
Yeah, let's kill somebody randomly.
No, but it's bad because you don't have your lights on. You're gonna hit someone, like someone's not gonna see you. So let's just kill them. Get him out of here.
Let's just just boom, boom.
Yeah,
that's it. Done with that bastard. I mean, I'm fascinated by things that transferred through, you know, urban legendy stuff and chain letters. But yeah, this whole like Halloween candy poisoning thing. I mean, my mom believed it wholesale when I was a kid. She wasn't like, oh my God, don't even look at your Halloween candy. But she was very like, if anything looks weird, set it aside and I'll look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And very rarely did anything look weird.
Yeah.
It was usually like those taffies that were like, you know, twisted on both ends. Mm-hmm. My mom would just kind of look at them because they're not really sealed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I remember those taffies that would be in the black and orange paper.
Maybe.
They weren't good, but now I want one because nostalgia. So we're going to take a break and we'll find out a little bit more about poisoning children on Halloween after this. We're back, and Ann Landers is telling people to fear taffy apples. I still don't I mean, I get that, like, it's for the children. People get a lot more reckless with things if it's about the children.
Yeah, yeah.
And also this whole twisted strangers narrative she was pushing. I mean, stranger danger was a total misstep.
Yeah, yeah.
In reality, children are much more at risk of people they know.
Absolutely.
Not strangers. You know, like if you know Bob, he's bad.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
Yeah.
Show's over. Just start playing the credits. No, however, a comprehensive 1985 study of the 30 years of alleged poisoning did not find even a single confirmed incident of a child's death or even a serious injury. Wow, that's like not even like a kid like busting their tooth on an apple. Nothing. Just nope.
I mean, is that a serious injury though? Like, what do they consider a
Have it
serious
happen
injury?
to you and see if you feel like that.
All right, fine.
You know, even in Halloween 2, there's it takes place mostly at a hospital.
Mhm.
And like one of the things that happens is somebody comes into the emergency room and a kid literally has a razor blade stuck between his teeth.
Ow.
From biting into an apple on
Wow.
Halloween. Like, so that was like, would have been like 80 or 81.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how quickly that proliferated. That they thought to put that in a movie about Halloween. Sociologist Joel Best, don't trust the rest, trust Joel Best, at the University of Delaware, who led the study, called it an urban legend. Most reports of poisoned Halloween candy that appeared in print were editorials written by authoritative voices in politics and media, rather than actual events. That is tough sometimes. You ever see like some friend of yours share some really ridiculous news story with like a terrifying headline, and when you look at it, the first thing you see is it says editorial. And you're like, this isn't news.
Yeah.
This is an opinion.
Yeah.
Although now it's getting to the point where a friend of mine, he has a degree in journalism, and he was talking about how like the amount, like versus 20 years ago when he was in college, the amount of what do you call it? Like unknown sources, like of sources without, a name, is insane. It used to almost never be how you would report something, and now it almost always is how you report the news.
That's rough.
Through unnamed sources.
Yeah.
And he said it used to be that like if you didn't have a named source, you better really have looked into it, because if it turns out to be bunk, like everybody comes down on you for using a unknown source.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, that's just Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, well, at least the clicks are happening. Okay. So I don't want to get black-pilled. I actually love Halloween, kids. And I love kids not being poisoned.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. However, police all over the country urged parents to accompany their children while trick-or-treating. In 1982, annual Halloween festivities at the governor's mansion in Hartford, Connecticut were canceled. Why did a series of rumors, very loosely based on a small number of tragic crimes, convince so many people in authority and led to such panic? Oh, in his book, The Vanishing Hitchhiker, I have that book.
Oh.
Folklorist John Harold Brunvand argues that while urban legends may be grounded in actual incidents, they often come to stand in for real world fears.
That makes sense.
That book's really good. I read it like 3 or 4 years ago, and it's really, really good. In the case of poison candy, my own research into American politics and horror tales suggests that those fears might have been driven in part by the multitude of problems facing the United States at the time. It's a good point. The 70s were like pretty brutal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, very violent time in American history, very uncertain time in American history. Same with the 60s. 60s and 70s were kind of a nightmare. I think it's one of the reasons so many people, I mean, I'm not going to go either way on him, but I think it's one of the reasons there are a lot of people who really love on Reagan in hindsight, because the 80s were definitely like a calming of a lot of the major national anxieties. Whether it was because of Reagan or not is not my point. It's just that could make you look at him fondly just by how those were better times.
Sure.
Like, he really doesn't have to have anything to do with making the times better. If he was just there, you'd be like, the Gipper.
Yeah.
The Gipper. You like the Gipper.
Sure. Okay.
You have that t-shirt that says the Gipper.
Oh, is that what that means?
T-shirt? Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought it was like called a short sweater.
Well played. The years from 1970 to 1975 were marked by cultural upheaval, both domestic and geopolitical. In 1974, President Richard Nixon resigned following the Watergate scandal. That scandal exposed the abuse of power and a criminal cover-up under his administration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Americans had much more to worry about than Watergate in the mid-1970s. Scholar of the Vietnam era Christian G. Appy, in his book 2015 book American Reckoning, described the era as one in which defeat in Vietnam combined with stagnant economic growth and soaring inflation caused many Americans to see the country itself as a, quote, victim of forces beyond its control. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
This sense of victimization drove the sense that American society had become deeply unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
All the social change in the 1970s fed the creation of urban legends, argues sociologist Jeffrey S. Victor. A brutal story about strangers with poison candy seemed a preferable national fantasy to the historical reality in the 1970s and 80s. Horror at the state of the world can take form of parody or simple scary stories. Americans had become so disenchanted, according to the journalist and historian Rick Perlstein, that bleak and frightening films such as 1974's The Exorcist captured the national mood.
Okay. So I can kind of understand this. I mean, coming from like the candy standpoint, that is, because it's like, okay, so there are evil people out there and there's something we can do about these evil people, where normally we feel like we're powerless and we're just, things are just happening randomly. And so I kind of get that.
Yeah. And that's the thing when it comes to, because I've spent a lot of time thinking about horror and how it fits the zeitgeist,
mm-hmm.
because there are a lot of interesting things, like when the Amityville Horror book came out and then the movie came out, and they were both gigantic hits, and it caused a flurry of haunted house movies. That was during an era where white flight was happening. Like, people were just leaving the cities in droves and buying houses. It was also one of the biggest spikes in home ownership in America.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, buying a home is scary.
Yeah.
You know, the walls are bleeding. Well, that sounds better than some plumbing problems I've heard about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, so you can see how it feeds on anxieties. And if you dig even deeper, that's where it gets convoluted and confusing, because sometimes it's escapism and other times it's catharsis. You can go either way. Like, after 9/11, horror shifted to extremely violent torture horror movies. Mm-hmm. They became very popular right after 9/11 when torture was in the news.
Mm-hmm.
So it was more of a catharsis, like a safer way to look at that reality, being in a movie theater, rather than thinking like, we're doing this, or, you know, my, you know, loved ones in the military could be doing this right now. I don't know what's going on. So it's a really fair point, because horror, and not just movies and books, but obviously urban legends, myths, the things we talk about, the things that make us scared, have a lot to do with what's going on in our lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll finish up this heavy story, thanks to Michelle making it dark.
Sorry.
Right after this. So we're back, and we're kind of getting to the heart of this whole poison candy myth. This is a really interesting article. When I found it, I was like, ooh, because it was brand new, because most of the stuff I've read about poisoned Halloween candy is old.
Right.
Like, it was published in the early 2000s or 2010s. The false case of the poison candy legend is another way that American fears manifested as an easily understood threat to innocence. Scholar David J. Scull, in his book Death Makes a Holiday, argues Halloween throughout its history has provided a moment for people to unleash their political and cultural fears. As an example, Scull notes, Richard Nixon became the first president satirized by a rubber Halloween mask in the autumn of 1974, just 2 months after his resignation.
Right.
I remember that being a very big deal.
Mm-hmm.
That there were masks of him. Today, a majority of Americans of all ages see Halloween as an opportunity to celebrate excess, kind of like a dark Mardi Gras. I don't know, depending on how you look at Mardi Gras, I think Mardi Gras might be the dark Mardi Gras.
Maybe, yeah.
But some Christian churches, especially those attended by conservative evangelicals, continue to declare a kind of war on Halloween every year. Many evangelicals in their own description see the holiday as a celebration of the occult, often viewed in their religious worldview as connected to a very literal Satan. I do want to mention, because I was talking about this with a friend of mine the other day, we were talking about haunts and how, like haunted houses, spook houses, whatever, places you go to get scared. And when I was a kid, all the haunted houses I went to were churches.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've noticed as I've gotten older that people don't talk about that very much. They talk about, the hell houses, like the haunted houses where you go in and they just tell you all the things that you do if you sin and what your soul will be like tortured. They're not common. I never saw one. I've heard of these like Christian haunted houses. And then you hear about like the old blue hairs who are saying like, oh, it's satanic, it's evil, you can't go trick-or-treating. But when I was growing up, like the church folk loved Halloween.
Yeah.
They hosted bobbing for apples parties, and they would do little tiny haunts to raise money for charity.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to at least 2, maybe 3 haunted houses hosted by different churches in my babysitter's neighborhood when I was a little kid.
Interesting.
So, and they were all for charity. It was like, and they were silly and goofy. I loved them. I've always said if I could do anything with my home, if my home were a little bigger, I would turn my garage into like a little haunted house for trick-or-treaters, with just like a few props and stuff, but it's just too impossible.
I don't know. Actually, when I was growing up, there was a house in my neighborhood that did that with their garage. I don't think I ever went in there because it was kind of like out of the way a little bit.
Uh-huh. You were scared. Just admit you were scared.
No, I'm not scared.
Right. She was scared.
I don't be scared of things that aren't real.
You were scared. It's okay. People get scared.
No.
I'm just, you were scared. It's all right. You're allowed to get scared.
I was like 10.
Yeah, a scared 10-year-old.
Oh.
Halloween, with its association with the powers of darkness, can allow many legends to flourish. Tales of dangerous outsiders, poison candy, and other alleged threats to American life. Social media may serve that role the rest of the year, but on Halloween, dark rumors may actually knock at the door. It's not a bad piece.
No.
It got a little, honestly got a little sensational right there at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Itself, which is funny because it was talking about sensation. It's like all these people are like hate Halloween and are trying to whatever. It's like, yeah, some, I guess. I actually never hear anti-Halloween sentiment anymore from religious people.
I mean,
they could be out there. I'm sure they are, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, fine, Chell. Well, speaking of, I went to a major haunted attraction last week, and I went to Land of Illusion in Middletown, Ohio.
Wow.
Had a great time. It's 6 haunts in one night. I was basically drunk on Spooky by the end of it because it was like almost 1 a.m. I was so tired, and I had just been going from room to room with these like crazy lights and effects and stuff. And they did this one room called the Lights Out room, and it was a maze. And when it starts, you walk into a room and it's all painted bright white to look like a hospital room.
Okay.
And a guy gives you a speech about how to get through the maze, but literally he says the first rule is don't look up. And then he flips a switch and these giant floodlights turn on the ceiling. And they're like 5 times as bright as you would want lights to be. So he talks to you for 40 seconds under that light and then puts you into a room where there's 0 light. Everything's painted black and it's full of fog. So you are blind. Like you're opening your eyes as wide as you can and seeing nothing. It's awesome because it's so scary.
Have you, there's a thing in, I guess it's still there in the, that science museum that's like right outside of New York, in New Jersey, whatever the hell that's called, where there's like a exhibit that you go through and it's completely pitch black and you just have to hold the side of the wall and go through it.
Huh.
I guess you've never been there.
No.
Because why would you be there?
Yeah, I was gonna Wasn't going
But
to lead
it's like
with that, but pretty much.
super interesting. And you crawl at some points and you walk at some points and you have to go over things. Yeah.
That sounds cool.
I guess.
The crazy part was that when I went through this, it was like 11 o'clock at night. And when I got out, I was like not quite right the rest of the night. It knocked my equilibrium around or something. It was really cool though. I just felt a little odd.
Yeah. It's called the Liberty Science Center. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Liberty Science Center. Okay.
Yeah.
But so that was really fun. I went to all 6 exhibits, or haunts, but Dr. Psycho's, which is the less scary, more gross one.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, when I went to see Dr. Psycho, which was my first time, I got called out by Dr. Psycho as a movie director. And then he not pushed me around and stuff, but he kind of singled me out and did creepy stuff. This year, when I went through, he called me out again, but this time he decided to, his big gag is he gives his speech and then he eats worms. Night crawlers. He takes them out, holds them out to make sure you can see they're real, and then he sucks them down.
Wow.
It's a geek act. I mean, like biting the heads off chickens, but much less violent and cruel. But it's, cool. Eats worms.
Yeah.
Well, they're worms. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of worms. I mean, not that I want them to die, but I mean, they scare me. So he said hi to me and then gave me a side hug and just started talking to me in his voice. And then these teenage girls that were behind me in line, he used me to scare them by slurping the worm really close to me. And they were all screaming and I was trying not to gag.
Yeah.
And when I walked out, I had worm juice on my glasses because he had slurped it so close to my face.
Wow.
And then he Facebooked me and was like, awesome to see you. Thanks for coming by. And I was like, yep. But it was really, really fun. So,
good.
And by the time you guys hear this, I will have been to the Brimstone Haunt. And I might even go again because they do lights out night or blackout night the day after Halloween, where all of the lights are off, but the haunts are open. So you have to kind of manage around and it's extra creepy and weird. I don't know. I love haunts. I used to not be able to afford to go to them. Now I can afford to, and they're really fun.
Good.
So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to wrap things up talking about some horror media. We've looked at what's scary on Reddit and whatever else Michelle comes up with, because now it's her job to be as interesting as possible.
What?
Right after this. All right, we're back wrapping up this October edition of Monthly Spooky and our 40th episode, which is kind of wild. I'm still wrapping my head around it. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about horror media that I've been seeing in the theater. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to go to a bunch of older movie screenings this year. There just weren't that many, and most of them were on Wednesdays, and I just couldn't make that work. I've been working really. Oh, and they were all at 7. I was like, if this was at 9, I could go. I can't get away that early. I'm recording spooky stories. All adults, that's what's keeping me from doing that. You know? I have to tell a scary story into a microphone in a dark room and give myself the creeps. That's literally my job. I will say there were days when I was recording that I was tired and I was kind of oh my God, okay. I got to get through this. There were also days I got really into the stories I was reading, and it definitely kept my Halloween vibe going. Cause I'd be like, oh cool. I just spent most of my day reading a scary story. Sounds fine by me. But I did manage to, even with all that said, see 3 horror movies in the theater, and 1 on streaming that's brand new.
Okay.
So first up, I saw, oh wait, you know what? I saw Last Rites Conjuring last month. We talked about that last month, so I'm not going to talk about that here. But it's still 3. I saw The Strangers Chapter 2, which is the second part of the Strangers series, the remake series. Really fun. Just a straight slasher horror movie with a lot of tension and suspense. A lot of people want to hate on those movies, and I don't know why. They're literally just horror movies for fun. The end. They're not super dumb. They're not super smart. They're really fun. And there's an incident, not incident, I mean, it is an incident, but there's a scene where she's in the woods hiding from killers and she gets attacked by an unexpected entity that like literally made me jump up on my seat and go, oh my God, this is wild. And I was like enamored the whole time.
Cool.
It's the second of a trilogy that's already been filmed. And often when they do that, the second movie is kind of the meandering movie, you know, like they're kind of on their way somewhere. This one set up so well that basically every friggin' character you see might be one of the murderers that's hunting this girl.
Yeah.
Like everybody is untrustworthy and it's really, really fun. I don't care. I think they're fun as hell. A lot of people are like, it's lame. And I was like, I was spooked the whole time. It wasn't like these horror movies where it's an artistic statement and then you hopefully get scared. Like it was just cool and fun. But I enjoyed it. Then I saw a movie that really blew me away in the theater, which is a movie called Good Boy, a horror film from the perspective of a dog.
Right.
That was awesome. I saw it twice in the theater. I liked it so much I took Rachel to see it a second time.
Cool.
I loved it. It is a haunted house movie. A guy moves into a house with a dog and weird things start happening. It's from the dog's perspective, but not like the dog's literal POV. It's the dog is the main character. So the things that are happening, how the dog reacts is the most important element. And I thought they did a great job of not only the dog did a really good job because they worked really hard. They shot for over 2 years, an hour to 3 hours at a time.
Wow.
The dog was not an actor dog or a trained dog. It was just their dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they did a great job of the emotion of it. I thought they did a great job of making it about things a dog would be scared about. Both intellectually and literally, like dogs are afraid of noises, but also like a dog would be afraid of their owner disappearing or dying, but they also wouldn't be able to understand. So maybe it would just be anxiety, because dogs don't really like literally understand. They kind of understand, they're animals. And I'm a dog person. So obviously I really like that too. My first thought when I came home and I saw Rachel's cat E2 is I was just like, if the movie were a cat, the cat would just sleep happily while the guy was being killed by ghosts.
Yeah.
And that would be the whole movie. And then I saw The Black Phone Part 2.
Oh.
I really liked it. I thought The Black Phone was a phenomenal movie, very scary. Part 2 was a little bit lighter on the scares and more fantastical, but I think it's hard to make a sequel just as scary as the first one when the first one was extremely scary. But I really liked it. It was very 80s throwback, which everybody loves. And I do too. I'm just getting a little burnout on nostalgia right now in movies. I kind of want like something modern right now. I don't know why. It's just kind of my vibe. But I liked it. Black Phone 2, I'm going to go see it again maybe next Monday. And then on Tubi, they just released last week R.L. Stine's Pumpkinhead, a feature-length adaptation of one of R.L. Stine's Haunting Hour episodes, where a young kid moves to a new town with his brother and finds out there's some kind of demonic farmer pumpkin patch packed with the devil, and it eats children to keep the crops growing.
Okay, I mean, that's how that would work. So
it was, that's how it should work, right?
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was very cheesy and silly. It had a really dark ending, and I liked it, but I was very surprised by it. So that one's super fun. It was definitely geared for teenagers. So if you have like a 12, 13-year-old kid and you want to watch something for Halloween, I really recommend R.L. Stine's Pumpkinhead, which is streaming on Tubi for free. So those are the things I've watched. Other than I've watched like Nightmare on Elm Street movies because the new 4K box set came out and stuff. And man, they looked amazing. Parts 3, 4, and 5 looked like unbelievably good.
Good. Like
really good. So that's what I got. Do you have anything in the world of Reddit to share with us on this spooky season?
Yes. I don't remember it. Let me see where it is.
I'll allow it.
Thanks. Okay, so there's this dude, I guess.
Okay.
This is from Glitch in the Matrix because the other ones suck. So there's this dude, and in like 2022, he's living somewhere in Ohio.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's an Ohio person. And he is driving home from somewhere. Like I guess he was, I don't know where he was. Okay, I understand. He was just I don't know where. He was driving home from somewhere. And I guess he's living in Ohio. He's like 3 hours away from home. He's passing through a city in Ohio, but he doesn't specify it. And he realizes that he's about to run out of gas. And he I think he just missed the gas station when he realized this, and he's like, I gotta find one. And it's like late at night too. So his whatever says that there's an open gas station, and it's pretty far away, like the next one. And he's like, I don't think I can even make that. And then he looks off to the side and he sees that at the next exit, I think it's let's see what it was. I think it was like a speedway.
Well, that would be Ohio. Got plenty of those.
I wish I could see I wish my brain would just work a little bit. Yeah, speedway.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's like, yeah, he can see from the freeway. He's going to get off. So he gets off. He tries to, put his credit card in the thingy, and it doesn't accept it for some reason. Have you ever had that happen where you try to swipe your card at a gas station? It just doesn't work. So he's like, it's probably the pump. So he just goes in and he's like, can you just to the person at the
cashier?
The cashier. Sure. The cashier. He says, can you do it here? And the guy tries to swipe his card and it gets declined. And he's like, okay. So he's like, I can just pay with cash. No big deal. So I guess he pumps and he goes back to pay with cash or whatever the hell. I don't know how this works. And and he asks, and he also sees he also gets a pack of cigarettes. And the guy's like, I thought you were quitting. And he's just like, why would he think that? I don't know him.
I will say that's a quip I would do if I had to hand people packs of cigarettes for them to buy them.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter.
I thought you were quitting.
He just thought it was a little weird, but then he's
Sure.
like, I know a lot of people. I hang out at places. This could happen.
Yeah.
So he leaves, he goes home, everything's fine. And then, I guess he routinely drives that area every once in a while. And he has never seen that speedway again. He's always kind of looking for it when he passes that area, because I think the experience was just really nice. He had a really nice time getting gas there, and the guy was really nice and everything. So he's like, that speedway saved my life. So he's looking for it all the time and he never sees it. So I think this year or something, he ends up moving to whatever that city is in Ohio.
Right.
And he ends up moving right by where that speedway would have been, right on that exit. And there's not a speedway there. There's not anything.
I thought you'd be like, there's a Valero. Da, da,
oh,
da!
no! No, there's not a speedway, but there is something being constructed there. And he goes and finds out that it's a speedway.
Well, okay. So I can give some insight being an Ohio man.
Okay.
There are speedways being constructed literally just about everywhere.
Okay, but he's saying that there wasn't a speedway and now there's going to be one. And if he's right, and he might not be right about the exit, he could be wrong.
Sure.
But if he's right, maybe he visited this future, and that's why his card was declined.
Wouldn't work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, I get that. I dig that. It's just funny to hear and I saw a place where a speedway is being built. It's yes, that's everywhere.
I mean, it was like if I saw a Wawa being built, all right.
Although now it's Sheetz. We're having it feels like a Sheetz is popping up everywhere over here. But no, that's a pretty creepy one. I mean, the idea of going to a place where a gas station and seeing a gas station being built is very creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I watched a movie where something like that happened.
A gas station was being built?
Where somebody went to a place and then when they came back, it was being built.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little time shifty thing.
Yeah.
So that's pretty creepy. I like that. Also, if they were in Ohio and they were driving 3 hours to home, that means they either live in Cincinnati or Dayton and were going to Cleveland or Akron, or vice versa.
Okay.
Because there's not much else unless they were going to hike out in southeast Ohio, because there's very little in southeast Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you're driving 3 hours in Ohio, you're pretty much going from one side to the other. You're either going from the southwest to the northeast or from the northeast to the southwest.
Interesting.
Because you can't go, if you go to Toledo to Dayton or Cincinnati, that's not 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going from Toledo to Cleveland, it's still not even close to 3 hours, 2.5 at most, probably less.
Yeah.
So it's probably coming from one side to the other. That's my Ohio insight for
Yay.
today. Ting. So, but thank you, Chell. And thank you seriously for doing the show with me. It really does mean a lot to me to be able to sit down with you and laugh about stupid, spooky, dumb news stuff and read about Halloween candy. And you always put up with my weird everything. So I appreciate it.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't do anything. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, fine then. Jeez. But on that note, we're gonna get out of here and get ready to celebrate the remainder of our spooky season. We hope yours is going wonderfully. Thank you so much for listening with us. Remember, you should take a moment and subscribe on your favorite podcasting app, whether it's Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And if you have a chance, please leave us a 5-star rating on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It really does help. You can send us an email at weeklyspooky@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, we have tomorrow's show is, tomorrow, make sure you're subscribed because we have a brand new trick or treats for 2025. And Jack Scratch is back telling 3 scary stories. So thank you all again. We'll see you next month. I cannot wait. And Chell, go on, give us something spooky to wrap it all up.
Taxes.
Too scary. Too friggin' scary. We didn't even have a trigger warning.